Always on time, tea time. That should be
Should be the motto.
It is.
It is the motto.
Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna put that as a header on the stream, you know? I just to make sure the stream's actually live, because sometimes
I don't think it's live.
Sometimes OBS pranks me and just doesn't work.
It did that to me.
Oh, I see it now.
When I was trying to record the story.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got halfway, probably about halfway through the story, and then I realized it didn't record anything I was doing or saying or any of the story footage. I was like, well, oh well, there we go.
So was that the half where all you do is run around in the open world just interacting with objects, or is that the half where you run around in the open world talking to people? Which half was it?
Well,
I mean, you can't really complain about it. It's the story.
No, it's not a story. It's run around and talk with people, or run around and press F on this.
I mean, that's
not
story
story.
somehow.
Yeah, that's not story.
It can't all be cinematic.
Story is interacting with someone, cutscenes, talking about what's actually happening.
You just said that you were interacting. You were talking with NPCs.
No, you're pressing F on devices.
I mean, that's how you talk.
Oh.
The
I don't go talk when I'm talking with you right now over Skype. I'm not sitting here, you know.
I'm always pressing F, man.
Touching my water bottle.
Yeah, I'm role playing all day long.
Oh.
I walk around with a keyboard just to interact with other people until I.
My problem with the open world stuff is that you get interrupted by other players who are also running around, or you get interrupted by Jade Armor who want to smash your face in, or whatever.
You don't that you weren't immersed, you weren't fully immersed.
Well,
in the story experience.
So for example, until you put on and spoilers, because by now you probably should have played it, but when you get over to like the Jade Armor area, my eye is like
good. It comes out.
Gumby is he's got a whole bunch of stuff to say to you, but you have no time to really say it because you get destroyed by the monster that pops up right next to him, or the armor that is around him. That like another player will bring a train of like 12 armors to that area.
Yeah, that happened to me. That was hilarious.
Any of that lore?
That was absolutely hilarious. I was just going about my business, playing some Guild Wars 2, and then this guy just runs up to me, and there's like 10 Jade Armors following him, and they just killed me. I don't even know why that happens, honestly. Is it because they're veterans? They chase you down further or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that area too is like and I don't think it's intentional, but the armors pull up in groups of like 5 and 6. Okay. Brazil.
The teapot.
How was that?
How did that GIF go? They're asking me to do an impression. It was like it's something like that. I can't remember exactly.
That's a new GIF either way, right?
But that's a new GIF right there.
Yeah.
But and there's a couple other places where you're sitting talking to somebody and there's like other ambient dialogue going on from NPCs, which I love. Like I love the ambient dialogue between the characters, but not while I'm trying to listen to story plot, you know? And that's really nitpicky stuff. It really is. But, it's just a little bit annoying.
But it's supposed to feel dangerous.
I'm just going to say I didn't like it.
On the other hand, I think that, like, that open world aspect really extended the story this time and made it feel, like, larger than it really was. So there's that aspect to it as well.
Oh, I think having the open world component is actually a good thing though, because it to a certain extent it connects it to the world, as opposed to just having it as almost like a single player game where you just go through the instances with parties.
True.
And just having some stuff that's happening in the world is pretty good.
That's valid.
Make the living world happen, you know.
But whenever 30 minutes of the story is actual story and 2.5 hours of the story is running around in the open world, that's a problem.
Is it though?
Yeah.
If you're getting more bang for your buck, as it were, is that really a problem?
No.
I don't know. I mean, you can say it's filler content, but at least it's content, right?
I mean, I'm kind of divided because we've always experienced that the story is just it's just story. Like there's no challenge, there's no real gameplay mechanics that aren't really are really interesting. It's just the story, and that's what it's evolved into. So to have all this filler content with just nonsense and speaking to like pressing F all over the place, that's what it's evolved into, and I'm perfectly fine with it actually, because I play through it once, I'm good. Like, well, that was fine, that was good. Let's move on to the next thing. And right now we have all the maps and stuff that are being put out at the same time, which sort of makes up for the lack of true engaging content in the story itself, to me at least.
I think my problem is that Bloodstone Finn. I got tired of Bloodstone Finn, and I got tired of that story pretty fast. I got tired of this new stuff even faster, to where I map completed once on the first day that this patch went out, and I did the story, and I've not been back, and I have no desire to go back.
Like, so I'm kind of the opposite. I did get tired of Bloodstone Fen pretty quickly. This new map, I guess because it's a little more open, a little bit more explorable, I enjoy it a lot more. Actually, I probably, this is going to be a little crazy, but I probably enjoy this map more than any of the Heart of Thorns maps.
I was thinking that to begin with as well myself. I really liked it.
Now, over time, that opinion might change because it is kind of fresh right now, but I enjoy the openness of the map more. Now, that being said, there's a good portion of the map that is just steep mountain and you can't actually explore it, so that's kind of fillery in a way. But overall, I enjoy Ember Bay quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it's a good map actually. I know Brazil doesn't really like
the feel of it.
Yeah, so I mean, I finished Hope this past week, and for Hope, I had to go back and do Dragon's Den for crystalline ore and for part of the collection. And as I was doing Dragon's Den again, I was like, yeah, I kind of miss this. I kind of like this a whole lot more than any of the new maps we've had. And I mean, that's kind of weird to think about because I still like Dragon's Den, even though I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people hate the, like, it's 2 hours long and you got to do it, and if you fail, it sucks, whatever. But I like that a whole lot more than, I'm just going to say this is my opinion. Maybe it's a little hard, but I prefer Dragon's Den where it has actual, like, unique stuff tailored to it, to, like, what feels like shoehorned nostalgia, and then just a raid boss that Snowcrows kills in 12 seconds. That they stuck somewhere.
12 seconds now.
Yeah, like, it's just Ember Bay. There's nothing there that's memorable to me. Everything there says, you know, here are some open world bosses that we want you to think are cool, but just please don't look into them very closely.
I mean,
and here, check out all these things where all these masteries, get the masteries, get the masteries. Thermal tubes, get the masteries. Updrafts, get the masteries. Ley lines, get the masteries. Come on, guys, get the masteries. And that's just what that map feels like to me. And maybe that's mean, maybe that's harsh, maybe that's brutal. I'm sorry. That's really how it feels.
I'll give you that. It definitely feels like the map is tailored towards not the veterans of the game. It is a very easy map, regardless of like how you play it. You roll right through it. There's no challenge whatsoever. Not in the bosses, no, not anything. But I still do really like the feel of it. The casual mentality is all right for me in an open world map. And it makes sense now to try and get people ramped up to get more hyped and get in the game, like new people. But I do see where you're coming from, definitely.
On the flip side, I don't know that every map needs to be like a super hard, open world is never going to be like super hard, test your limits kind of thing anyway, especially if there's a Zerg there. Those maps can be difficult if you're by yourself. They can definitely be annoying if they're by yourself. But I don't know. I don't mind the casual openness of the newer map like that. Not having a difficult boss. It would have been nice to have one real
No. Boss, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't like it because it's easy. I'm saying that I don't like it because it just feels like someone took a big map and like threw some stuff in it and then said, here are some bosses. They probably don't have mechanics, but we'll make them look like they do. One of them just stands in a lava pool and you can AFK range it. One of it just kind of slowly walks in a circle and goes after slubs, but it dies really quickly. And then the other one is a golem that punches in the air at the worm, and then the worm dies and goes away, and then the golem just sits there for the rest of the map.
I think that's very intentionally made of them, like to make it all of the bosses very accessible for everyone and very easy to kill.
Sure,
They're all
but there's a difference between accessible and just boring as all shit. Like, again, maybe that's mean, but they're just not. They're not exciting to me. You can have something that's easy and that looks cool and that's exciting. Like, I went and did, again, Shadow Behemoth because I had to do for the Hope Collection. And, like, Shadow Behemoth used to just sit there, and sometimes he would, like, lean over and scream. Now he, like, does stuff, and it's not difficult, but it's cool. And the Shatterer is not really difficult, but it does stuff, and it's kind of cool. None of these bosses really do anything.
Sure, and those are world bosses, though.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make. Those are, like, on a much bigger scale, but these ones are just, like...
We didn't get a world boss here. We got...
Yeah, but it feels like maybe the worm was supposed to feel like a world boss, but in reality, it's a model that sits in a lake of fire and does absolutely nothing. And then there's a golem that sits next to the lake that does absolutely nothing, and then you defend 4 little things.
I don't know. To me, all of the world bosses have the exact same feel. They have like 1 or 2 mechanics that actually look fancy or does whatever, and so does all of the new bosses. Like the chiroplastic, the jade thing, it spins around, blah blah blah. The worm, it hits its head. It has something it does, but it's not on par with a world boss, and I don't think that it was intended to be that. I think it was just a lot of like champion bosses or like legendary bosses here and there that were placed to make the map more like come alive in a sense. Instead of the Bloodstone Fen, it had the fucking anomaly thing, right? Yeah. And nobody likes that anyways. It's just another plaster thing on top of the map.
It does not feel like, to me, they were put there to make the map feel alive. It feels like they were put there to make you think the map feels like it's coming alive. There's a difference. It feels like they're playing to some like part of the psychology that wants you to get excited, but they just missed and hit the thing like right behind it. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm probably being too critical. A lot of people are probably fine with it and think it's cool or whatever, but this does not get me. I'm not enthralled by it. I don't think it's exciting or fun or cool.
Well, they want to avoid what happens with some of the HOT, well, with all of the HOT maps, though, is that if you're on the map while there's not the meta event happening, the map is, for all intents and purposes, completely dead, right?
Sure.
If you're not there for your multi-loot or your Garant or you join Dragon's Stand in the middle of when it's happening, you're probably not going to get on a map where anything is really happening. So they wanted to avoid that, and they kind of tried that with Bloodstone Fen, but I don't know. I think Bloodstone Fen did kind of work, but even then it didn't feel particularly epic because they were all little mini things. You know, even Hableon, Hableon's kind of cool. He's got some mechanics, but it's not kind of on the same scale of the HOT maps. But the thing is, you kind of can't have both, because if you have the longer term, more epic stuff, then you run into the problem where no matter what, there's always going to be a map, and you turn up and there's nothing happening. And if you have it too short term, then it doesn't really feel like anything. It's just kind of, oh, look at this event, it spawned, we beat the event, and then we go on to the next event.
And they probably did it so that, after we're 5 more maps into the story, that if like a couple of people, like 2 or 3 people, need to go and do their Ember Bay completion, they could just go in, a party of like 1 or 2 or however many, and they could probably do everything on the whole map. They can do the hearts, they could probably do all the events. I would imagine that it doesn't take very many people to do. I think the sloth event is just escort a guy, take some fruit to a plant, the guy takes the fruit to the sloth, and then you kill the sloth. Like for the pyroclastic thing, it just kind of sits still and it's not very dangerous. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're trying to design it so people can do it for no matter what. And they're planning more maps in the future. So yeah, like what you said.
I think
don't
to a
know.
certain degree, the reason why I really respect that they're doing something so different from the hot maps, like very much more casual and much more approachable for new players, is the fact that it's a very different experience from all the hot maps. It's not this grand scale thing. It's something that I, as a solo player, going in the evening, can play and I can actually progress through.
Yeah.
I respect that to a certain degree. It's not that I wouldn't want something else, but knowing that they aim to have another map out for every one of these season updates, I can sort of see that being too much. If all of them were just insane maps that we all had to group up and circle through, they would be like completely deserted just a couple of months down the line because nobody could approach them. And I
Maybe.
really do respect that.
I was pretty convinced that, again, for doing collections and stuff, I needed geodes and map completion and like dry top. I was pretty sure that no one was going to be in those zones at all. But I went through, and every single time I went through dry top to do stuff, it was like T4 and people were doing stuff and there were people running around doing the events, and it was kind of like, I don't know, there were just people there farming stuff, and like Silver Waste was the same way. Like,
And that's why I think the circus weapons and its implementation are a bit of a mistake for Ember Bay. Because it's just a gold sink, right?
You don't need anything from the
gold,
map, right? You don't need anything from that map.
I mean, you can save a little cash if you go and get circus tickets.
Yeah, the discount.
But if they made circus tickets drop by doing the events in the map, like one circus ticket a day, or however many they want to limit it to, right? I think that would have been much better than the way they do, because then you just like dry top, you go back to the map because you want to work on crafting those particular weapons, or you want to earn those particular weapons. And the way it's implemented is just warp into the map, spend your gold, and off you go again. And let's just forget for a moment, because it'll be subjective whether you like those weapons or you don't like those weapons, right? I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, those weapons are shit anyway, so who cares? But, if you're a completionist or you're going after you just want a clown look for whatever reason, you want circus weapons, hey, you might go get them if it was more than just give us gold. And so I think like that aspect of the map fails a little bit in the sense of where dry top is good at trying to get those weapons and those recipes. You want to progress to tier 4, tier 5, whatever, because it cheapens the price and makes it so that you can obtain those weapons.
I completely agree with you. If there's one thing that I absolutely despise about that map, is the way that they implemented those weapons. They do not incentivize actually playing the map in any way, shape, or form. They incentivize playing that one heart for a tiny little discount in gold. But if you have that amount of gold to buy the entire set anyways, you don't really care about that little discount. You really do not. It doesn't incentivize gameplay. It just incentivizes you to like buy gems or try to go about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really despise the way that they implemented that.
Yeah.
I think it's just lazy.
And there's the
plus side,
there's the other, hilarious gold sink as well. The new title.
Patronage.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa,
it's funny because I don't mind
seriously.
that there's a new title for having lots of gold. That doesn't bother me. What sort of annoys me, and I know some people will disagree with this, what sort of annoys me is the previous gold title was just having the gold. You had 100 gold, and then you could spend the 100 gold on whatever you want, or you could continue to hoard it or invest it or whatever. This way, you're spending 1,000 gold to get a title, and I don't know. It's
but I'm rich,
obviously
Yeah.
So someone else was saying it gives you a 20% discount to weapons, but I still haven't seen whether that's actually true or not, because the second tab there's already a discount with circus tickets, so it might reduce it by 20% more, but I don't know.
Has anyone in chat I really actually want to know, because I was about to ask you guys if you knew. Has anyone in chat got that title and can show us a picture of if there's anything that you actually get from it except for the title? Or else I'm gonna go and buy it to
You won't do it.
Wait, does it give you a?
Because I think it's
You won't.
I'm in this super conflicted mind where I want the title and I want the achievement points because I'm an idiot like that. But I really do not. I really despise wasting money, and that
won't
is
do it.
just a waste of money.
You won't do it.
Does it give achievement points?
You won't.
The title?
Yes.
5.
5. Then
Five.
just ask Arathorian.
Fine.
He'll already have it. He probably had it as soon as he saw it. He needs those 5 AP.
He's a skank. He's saving up.
I'll just check the wiki. Did anything put it on there? Put on.
Just-
Well, there was
Access to the second tab.
So in the Ask Me Anything, one of the developers had said that it gives you 20% discount.
Ooh.
But
20%.
I've seen people talking on Map Chat, and some people were saying it does give a discount. Other people are saying no, it doesn't give you a discount because it's already discounted in the second tab. So I don't know whether it does or it doesn't.
So it gives you the discount if you don't have the circus tickets thingies.
Like you still need the circus tickets anyway to get
Oh.
a discount on the first one. So I don't know if that ticket, if the Patreon ticket, if the patronage ticket, I can't say the damn word. I don't know if the 1,000 gold gives you a further discount or not.
I mean, I bet you it's not 1,000 gold discount. So
It isn't.
Yeah.
It's like
it's just like a
Either way,
100
you're
gold
fucked.
total.
Yeah.
if
the
anything.
devs said it's like buying a sports car for your 5-minute drive to work every day or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
So
They really know how to cater to the rich.
So
folk.
yeah, I
there you
mean,
go.
I know
Yeah.
someone that's probably already got it.
Who do you
Can you
think?
tell us?
Yeah, who?
I mean, it's such a waste of gold, but I'm probably gonna save up and try and buy it. So
Inks.
Inks.
hate
What?
myself.
Inks. No.
Don't support the
It-
money sinks, guys.
Why? Why? 1K
Don't
gold.
want any more.
I know.
You can have better titles like Salty Sea
It's gonna
Dog.
take me months. It's gonna
No,
take me months
Inks.
to
Inks
save
is
for
not gonna. Inks is gonna get that faster. He's gonna get Salty Sea
Yeah.
Dog.
I'm
You
never
know-
gonna get salty.
Well, I mean, obviously the wins are a bit of an obstacle for Inks, seeing as he has 0% win rate, especially
I
in
do.
solo queue. But
I definitely do. I
Yeah.
really do.
and now you're just not going to be able to get it either because everyone's going to pick the new map. Although actually, I got trolled a bunch of times, and people just kept voting for like fucking Temple and Kylo and shit.
That's what happened. So switching gears to PvP for real quick. I totally understand that everybody wants to play the new map, and I don't begrudge them for doing so. If I was in their situation, I would want to play the new map as well, right? But about 7 or 8 people pick the new map. I pick Capricorn because I actually need the stupid wins. And then one person in the group picks one of the other maps. So you get like 6 or 7 of the new map, and then one of each of the other maps, and then it ends up landing on like Spirit Watch, and nobody is happy. Even the person who was trolling the group isn't happy, and it's like, what's going on? Oh my
You can
God.
kind of see the appeal of it, though, can't you? If you put yourself in the shoes of the troll, just if you kind of see what's happening there, it's actually pretty funny, Just all these people just want to get their achievements. You just pick some random map, and force them to play on it.
What kills me is like I actually need the wins for Capricorn, so I think I played like 11 games until I got a Capricorn map. So I finally get a Capricorn map, and then my team refuses to play, and I still don't get a win anyway.
Oh
And
god damn it.
I'm back to
Oh,
waiting
that's
for
Is
11
that all
hilarious.
you're missing? The
or-
wins.
What's that?
Is it just the wins that you're missing?
Just the wins
No.
that yeah.
Oh god.
In that
Yep.
case, you should just queue up as
I
a
feel
5-man
it.
and get another 5-man to queue up against you from your
I
own
made the
guild.
mistake of
Simple.
telling the truth as well, because some guy was like, whoever picked this map, I hope you get cancer and fucking die. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I need wins. And he's like, that's it. Everybody AFK. Nobody do anything in the map. They all just stood there. The whole team except me
Oh, that's good.
stood inside the thing and refused to play. And I'm like, awesome.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
Wow. That is
The
right.
friendliest community.
Yeah, friendliest MMO community, guys. Just literally went AFK just to prevent Inks from getting his achievement. Wow. That is pretty funny,
And
actually.
I was already super tilted because I think I won like 2 out of 12 freaking matches that day anyway. I am not a big fan of the new map, but
I haven't even tried it actually. I haven't had time.
If you
How
play
is
a
it?
class that has like the different teleport movement skills, I think it's fantastic. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. If you don't, maybe a
Oh,
little bit less fun.
The new map?
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
map. I mean, you play Thief, don't you, Brazil? It's probably great for you,
Yeah.
right? You're probably
I
having a lot of
mean,
fun.
I don't understand why it wouldn't be like.
Because there's a couple of places there's a couple of places that you can easily teleport up to
Yeah,
that makes it a lot more enjoyable, I think.
but that's the case on a lot of other maps too. Like you can
It's not. See, I don't know. I don't think it's.
Oh, have you ever seen any of the jumping puzzles on Forest of Niflhel?
I don't know. I don't think it's like. I guess I just don't notice it quite as much.
I think the case is people aren't used to this map yet because there are on this map like there are on several other PvP maps. There's some really great blink spots and kite spots. And like on Legacy of the Foe-Fire, if you're playing on a thief, you can kite people up steps. You can blink up to the bridge in the middle, and barely anyone could follow you. You could blink like up the stairs off the side of the wall. You can do a lot of stuff, and you can get around really easily. And you can do that like you can run on this map up behind the midpoint from the back, and there's a little step that you can't quite jump up, but you can blink up it, and you can just kite someone over that. They can't follow you. But like I don't think that's anywhere near as egregious as like on Silent Storm, some of the jumping puzzles you can do there. Or especially like I was talking to a friend, there was a jumping puzzle that just barely got deleted out of Foe-Fire on the waterfall point. Where you could kite people behind and over and on top of a fence post, and they could not touch you if you were doing the puzzle correctly. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as stuff like that. So the main problem that I have with the new map is that like you get people who just run and grab the artifacts and they don't do anything with it. They kind of just run around or they just like run into 4 people and die because they think they're going to win that somehow. They think they're going to win a 1v4 because they have an artifact.
Yeah. They think that
I mean,
it's way stronger than it actually is, but it's just a little buff, you know?
Yeah, like the artifacts, I think they're kind of silly and gimmicky, but I think they fit like the gladiator theme, where that's literally what you would want to see in a gladiator fight. You'd want to see some kind of like broken comeback mechanic, like a blue shell. Like you just absolutely love stuff like that. And
the map is especially snowbally too, which
yes,
Yeah.
I know some
Is it
people
really?
love that. I don't love that. Not a big fan of the snowball effects.
I think the biggest thing with snowballing with thieves, especially, the biggest snowballs with thieves, because if you get 2 thieves on a team, one of them is either probably playing pistol staff, maybe they're a duo pistol staff thief, which I've seen that before, and they just kind of don't ever score and just throw and their team loses, or like you're both playing like dagger pistol and then the other guy just AFKs because he wanted to be the only thief, or like the thief just like decaps the whole game because he can move around faster because he knows the map better than anyone else, and then the other team just can't deal with that. So like I don't know. It's the I think probably the biggest offense that bothers me about the map is the terrain and the appearance. I don't like the textures of the wood. I don't like how it looks kind of that's just an aesthetic thing. Like that really bothers me. It doesn't look like wood. It looks like something from Minecraft. That really bothers me a whole lot. That's
the other thing is the weapons are imbalanced. I was going to say big time, but I don't know that that's actually true. But they're imbalanced because the offensive one gives you 20%, which there's
20% damage.
20% damage.
Serious good stuff right there.
And if you have it, you can kill a whole lot of people real quickly with that instant finish.
Yeah, that's really good.
With the defensive one, there's ways around that instant res, number one. And number two, it's only one instant res where the finisher could be like finish, right? You could finish a lot of people in the time with that instant finisher, where the res is only one singular res, and there's ways around the res. So I don't know. That feels a little bit lopsided to me.
No. And in addition to that, if you're doing well, you get rewarded for doing well as well.
The finish is not. Maybe the finish is supposed to be one, but I've seen at least 3 finishes go off.
Really? I was gonna say I thought that would be one, but if that's not, that's really funny though. Actually, instant res is cancer. I mean, I guess, but
I don't. I mean, if
just
I don't know,
keep focusing people though, you know.
It hasn't been a super big problem for me sometimes because like I'll just burst somebody like into the dirt like before they can really react to it. Like if I +1 on a thief and then they die and then they get back up and they like forgot they had the buff and so they're kind of just panicking and then they just die again. And it's like, all right, black powder, move on.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get the achievements in the new map, which I must have.
You should probably do it way before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting that map anyway, so that's not like I have a choice.
I feel like...
Then I'll never go back to it, because I don't like it.
I feel like this is like a really fun, non-competitive map. As an actual competitive map, please no. This just screams like a disaster. I can't imagine Toker beating people 1v3 on a ArenaNet with the offensive buff. Like...
I mean, can or you can't?
That I can imagine, but I don't want to because that would absolutely happen. It just like stuff like that seems it's like that map in like an ESL game or something that just seems really out of place.
Well,
just,
I mean,
I
you're
feel
talking
like
about NA, so you know anything can happen on NA, man. You know, at the end of the day,
like this would be like really fun as like a guild hall arena or like. As part of the Lake Doric map where this apparently takes place in. Someone said that to me. That they've.
I'm pretty sure that's just Boots.
Said Lake Doric, so.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's just a Boots thing. I don't know as far as like.
Or Bootsy Wootsy.
Bootsy Wootsy. You know, Brobo managed to get the name Bootsy Wootsy. He has the in-game name Bootsy Wootsy.
I have the in-game name Tekkett's Workshop.
That's pretty good.
His guides are better than yours, Deroir.
Wow.
I bet they are.
That's pretty harsh.
So yeah, I don't know. It's probably just me, but I'm not a big fan of the new Coliseum map. Aesthetic, like Brazil doesn't like it aesthetically. Aesthetically, it's okay. It's fine for me. I don't know. Could be the classes I'm playing. It's highly reasonable and most likely that I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, and the weapons themselves feel, you know, they don't feel quite balanced to me, which is fine because it's in beta and testing, and you need that sort of thing. And it could be that I've played the map 30-something times and I'm bored of it already. That's also highly possible.
I still like it a lot. I mean, this was all right. So this is how. This patch went for me. This patch went from me not really liking the PvP map at all and liking Ember Bay to like flip-flopping. I enjoy the PvP map quite a bit, and I really just don't ever want to go back to Ember Bay at all.
Yeah, and I'm the exact opposite.
Right.
I'm enjoying Ember Bay a lot. So there's that.
I'm still looking forward to trying it. I did really like the Capricorn map, though.
Yeah.
Like, really like it.
Yeah, I like the Capricorn.
Capricorn is a good map, actually. It has a nice mechanic on it as well. The bell. It's kind of cool.
I feel like it's
really
spread out in really kind of weird ways. Like, if you just run straight from, like, far to home or something, like, it's... I don't know. It feels
It's a
open.
big void there.
It feels way too open in some parts and way too close in others. Because like around mid, it's like really cramped and close, and then the rest of the map is just kind of wide open. It's just like a big triangle. I don't know.
Is that a problem though?
I thought it was cool.
It just feels odd. I don't know that I could like put it into words without actually spending a lot of time to like break it down and think about it. I could try if you want me to, but I don't think it's worth it.
This is a fun Twitch chat comment. Look, Ember Bay and Bloodstone Fen, they're like raid prep maps with pseudo raid bosses.
So
not at all.
I actually really agree with that a whole lot.
Really?
Yes.
I don't.
Because this is a problem that this is a problem that I think a lot of people have that they don't know that they have, or don't think about, or don't want to think about, or don't want to admit to. And that you have to go into a situation like a raid boss, and you have to be calm, and you have to be able to look at everything that's happening. You can't just like tunnel vision and just kind of like do this face and like not look at anything, and just kind of like your screen blurs in front of you and like you don't know what's happening. You can't do that. And the Unbound Guardian and the Sloth Queen, or whatever it's called, those have animations that are the same that the raid bosses have. And they do similar things. Like the sloth slams its hands and it makes little red circles. And the Unbound Guardian makes green circles and seekers. And going to the green circle is not the same thing in the Unbound Guardian as it is in Veil Guardian. But go to the green circle. So what?
It's yeah.
What it teaches you to do is very relaxed. It's very there's no challenge to it. There's no risk. It gets you to be able to look at the models and look at the animations and at least draw the connection that I see this animation and something's happening. So when you see the green circle and people running to it on Unbound Guardian, you can, think about how that's like, I see this in the raid, people are going to it, I know what to do. It gets you to be able to like work up to it really slowly, kind of get your toes in the water. And that's something that, again, like, people just can't figure out every week. There are people that can't go to the green circles when literally all you need to do to be able to practice that is make a squad by yourself or with another person and have them just stand still and put a squad marker on the ground and you just run to it as soon as you see it. Like, you can practice that mechanic that easily. But people don't even get that part. People just go into a raid. They have no awareness. There's no calm. There's no relaxation. They just panic and just slam the keyboard and just look around and whatever.
But nothing's changing, Brazil. My raids every week, there's still a clown fiesta. It's still a clown fiesta, no matter what.
And it will remain. What?
It will always remain as a clown fiesta. Actually, you've kind of convinced me there, actually. I have to say, although I would say it still needs to be more punishing. I think there should actually be, if you don't go to the green circle, there could be some kind of issue.
No. I don't even think it needs to be more punishing, because I think that is literally step number 2 in the process. Step number 1 is I want to learn to do a raid boss. That step is I'm going to find something very, very easy so I can start watching the animations and make the connection of there's something happening, what does it do? And then there are all sorts of steps in between before you actually go and do the raid and you're successful at it. And I don't know, like, actual raid boss, just some arbitrary number would be like step 100. Open world raid boss, just for the sake of learning it, would be like step 2. People don't really ever go to any of the other steps in between. They don't think, oh, hey, I need to know how to do a DPS rotation. Check this out, guys. We're phasing Slothazor. We're getting him to 20% on the 4th mushroom. Nice job. Or, hey, we have 10 people and we can't know updraft Gorsafal because our damage is too low. People just miss out on all the stuff in between. And there are... whatever, this has gone on too long. If you get what I'm trying to say, you understand. If not, whatever. It's fine.
We totally get it. It's a valid argument.
I think the Sloth Queen could be a little more durable so that people can see some of those mechanics that she has.
Because I actually thought it didn't, because this is a funny thing. I actually didn't know it did the circles on the ground. I didn't see that happen. It was dead before.
Well, that's because it's Teapot and 75 clowns chasing them around the map. But if you go in there with like 1 or 2 people, you get to see a lot of the.
Does it even scale? I don't think it actually.
I don't think it scales.
I'm pretty sure it just remains.
Probably not.
That's the same. I'm pretty sure most of the bosses actually do.
When I killed the Sloth Queen, and I've only killed her 3 or 4 times, there's always like only 2 or 3 people there, so you get to see like a number of her, mechanics or whatever. But 1 to 2 minutes with 3 people, yeah. But you get to see actually see the mechanics, right? So that's kind of the point.
The thing is, in the next map, what boss are we going to see? What boss are they going to put in the open world, guys?
Depends which map they're going for.
I mean, they've done the
That's
sloth.
actually a really good question. Where do you think they're going next? Are they just going to fill out the entire Fire Island chain? Like that region is just going to.
I kind of hope
The
so, but
story
I'm a
didn't
little
really pick up for
doubtful.
that. It's just the story was just like, oh, we're going to Ember Bay because Primordus is here, but then what? Like, oh, we're gonna stop this volcano because
Right.
it's blowing up.
So,
There
but
was nothing really.
right. So you relieve the pressure temporarily, which has to be
Mhm.
done, you know,
Yeah, I do that
every
sometimes
day
too.
apparently.
Great
But
timing.
Primordus is still heading there. It's not like he's like, well, the volcanic didn't erupt. I'm going to turn around. I'm going back to where, like, he's still going to go there, right? So there was also mention somewhere on the island, it's in ambient dialogue, I believe, but one of them mentions the Realm of Torment. I think it's the Realm of Torment, and how
Yeah.
sort of it ties to the island fire, the islands. So I don't know. What do you think about within a patch or two, unveiling more of the Fire Islands and Realm of Torment raid opens up?
Realm of Torment
Personally,
raid.
well, that's a very
That'd be
interesting one.
fun.
Do you really think that they go that direction?
I mean, why not?
That's-
It could. I mean, it could potentially happen, right? One of the
It
entrants
could.
was there on the islands. If they continue to release new maps, I mean, there's plenty of island to uncover just yet. We haven't quite met the others, so we still have to, keep clearing that out. Primordus is going to the island eventually, so
I think I said this when the last raid was sort of forming. I think it was on the first or the second raid wing, where I sort of uttered that I was kind of afraid that they would go with the White Mantle because it brought with it so much or so many connotations that I didn't think that they could live up to. And to go to the Realm of Torment, I think that's next level. That is something completely different.
True.
And that would broaden the story so much that I don't think that they could manage all the threads, and they're really already struggling.
And
with
it would
right
also
now.
it would also upset people because it will be inaccessible inks.
What?
If you come on, the raid
So-
is gating lore and story behind having an IQ above 70 inks.
So here's the
Oh,
thing.
shots fired!
Here's the thing about that. See, so Guild Wars 2 is not a very difficult game if you spend time and get good at it. And I said the phrase "get good." Oh no! Oh, I'm an elitist. Oh no!
Yep.
So if you actually spend you don't even have to spend literally 40 hours on a DPS golem practicing a chronomancer rotation to just barely be able to pull it off. You don't have to spend that much time. If you just take something you really like, you're familiar with, you unlearn everything about it, you redo your keybinds, you put in effort, you practice DPS rotations, you go start at step number 1, I want to be able to raid. Step number 2, I go do these world bosses that are easy just so I can learn the animation. And you go put in some time, you can raid. That's it. You can raid. Because interestingly enough, whenever we raid with Teapot, occasionally, I think Sugar Wraith was in chat, we have people who have never raided before. They come along in a raid, we explain what to do, we tell them, and they figure it out, and they do it, and they're not detrimental to the group. Next week, they're even better, and it's just constant improvement because they wanted to raid and they wanted to do it. And then we still have people who have been raiding since raids came out, who I yell at because they're wiping the group over and over and over, and over and over and over, and over and over and over, and over and over and over. And the only thing they ever say to me is that I was incorrect when I said they joined the raid group, when I did that on purpose to get them to respond to me because I knew that they could hear me. And then they leave the guild and they leave the group because they don't actually want to get better and they don't actually want to raid. They just want to get carried. So if you have a problem with, the stuff being gated behind raid content, which it's really not at all, then you can, go raid. You can figure out how to raid. You can go get good and you can learn to raid. You can find people to raid with.
That's not the argument, though, is it?
Or even this is actually really funny. You can ask people in the LFG if they have an open instance, And then you can just go explore it, and then you can watch a video of the boss on YouTube.
Just join on Brazil. Anytime
Easy.
you've seen him in the game,
Yeah.
just say join Brazil.
No.
If you
Doesn't matter what he's doing.
it doesn't. If
he's
you
at
want
the
to
DPS
join,
golem,
if
just
you want to
him
join a
anyway.
raid instance, just whisper raid boss. That's my name, raid boss. Just whisper.
You heard it right here, folks.
I will make a squad. I will stop what I'm doing. I'll take you into the raid. I'll let you explore. Easy.
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 The thing is though, it's just what people will say is that it's not that they can't get good, because I don't know. I'm a bit optimistic. I think everyone can get good. I think every single player in the game is capable of raiding, and I mean that. I may be a delusional toxic elitist, but I mean I think everyone can get good and raid. But the thing is, there are some people who have no interest in raiding whatsoever, and that's the thing, because they want to experience the story, but they don't want to raid. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can make the same argument with dungeons, right? If you don't want to do dungeons, then you can't experience the story. But no one complains about that, do they?
But you can still experience literally all of the story. The only thing you're not experiencing is you're not experiencing killing the boss, which you can experience if you want to. You can experience all the story. You can go watch videos of it online. You can go read about it on the wiki. You can go into the raid instance that's been cleared and look around and look at everything and read the notes. Interact with all the Mersat statues. You can do all that stuff easy. Again,
right,
it's just
to take it off of the subject, because we've all discussed this in great length before. To go back to the realm of torment.
Thank you. Good job.
Let's look aside from all of the speculations of whether people could do it or not, or if they would complain. Would that be? Do you really think that is the foreshadowing we have?
No, not necessarily. No, I think there's lots of foreshadowing.
I think there was some foreshadowing, though.
Ooh, do tell.
What was it? That shaman posted a picture on Reddit and Twitter of what was the area called? I don't recall. Some desert area that's like to the right of...
the Straits of the Scavengers Causeway. Sorry,
Scavengers Causeway. Yeah, and they updated the map there.
No,
what could it be?
I think what he actually meant was that they stopped updating the map there. I think the tiles, all of the how he framed it was that all the water had been updated until the Scavengers Causeway, and that's why you were seeing that cut.
They started doing that and then they stopped updating. If you look at the before picture, it looks like a particular way, I think. Something or the other. They did something to it. It's different than it was, or it somehow or the other. They've changed the map somehow in that area, which is interesting. Will we go there next? Who knows? I don't even know what relevance that area has to anything. I don't know anything about Guild Wars 1.
I still hold strong the opinion that I think we're going to the desert next expansion.
I'd like to. I want to go see Palo Aljoco.
It doesn't matter that we now have Jormak in the story and all of that. I really do think that what we're going for next is the desert. It seems too obvious. It seems like Jormak and Primordus right now is going to be this build-up story, but it's not actually going to necessarily go anywhere, except for like, oh shit, Kralkatorigo over here, he's actually doing shit, while the other two dragons are fighting and doing fuck knows. Like, I don't know.
I want to
feels
find,
right to me.
I want to find more Giganticus lupicuses. I want more.
I want more. I want to see the skeletons in the desert just lying everywhere. That would be fucking amazing.
I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride. It's too scary already. Well, I mean, maybe this can, the Jormag and Primordus, we can resolve this easily. We just kind of smash them into each other, and then they'll cancel out, right? That's how it works.
Exactly.
Because we know now, we know that magic is it splits out into all its little different aspects. It was so brilliantly explained by Timey. Oh my god, what a great character Timey is, guys! Holy shit! Oh my god, Timey! What a performance by that character. So now we know this. We know this. We can just use the dragons to counter each other, and then we use our own dragon to absorb the juices from the previous dragons, making our dragon the best dragon, then we can use it to kill our enemies. Simple.
Yeah.
We
So-
actually take the dragon as a member of
And
our
then-
guild, and then just
our
kind of-
dragon
yeah.
becomes an evil dragon, and Lazarus has to kill it.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a good spin. I really like. Okay, can we talk about the story for a second? Because like Aurene and Lazarus and all that, I know there's a lot of like different stories of like where theories of like where.
Probably we went a little too far without saying it, but we spoilers.
What I thought everyone was watching it because they knew that we were going to spoil it.
Spoilers, guys. If you guys didn't know already, we're doing spoilers for the new story.
It's a good Leafy impression.
I think it's called
Yeah.
Rising Flames. Spoilers for Rising Flames. Sorry, I'm very self-conscious about my appearance, guys. Spoilers.
About your putrid malformed chin.
Killer
Is-
Keemstar. Anyways,
Oh my god.
yeah. So,
All right. Where the fuck did I
Lazarus
stop?
dies.
Lazarus, Aurene, all of that shit. Like whether he's good or whether he's bad, right? We know now. I think one of the biggest things that to come out of the entire story didn't have anything to do with the actual episode. It was all in the fucking fort in that Mersat tower. Where there's this note that sort of completely 100% rewrites the entire history as we know it. It's like, oh, the Mersad went for Saitan. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What? It was a literal slap to the face. It just rewrote the entire thing. As these weren't just the bad guys. They didn't just phase out of reality just because they didn't give a fuck. They were like, oh, we're gonna try and fight, but all the other races are like, oh shit, we scared. We're just gonna hide in a hole, which they did. And the Mersad went and took up the fight. And when they didn't succeed because Saitan was too strong and they couldn't beat it themselves, they phased out of reality while everyone else hid. And so the history was written by the victors, as we've seen numerous times throughout human history. Yeah, that's just how it goes. But I think one of the most interesting things was that Lazarus, right there and then, he must have realized, or at least the Mersad race must have realized that they couldn't alone defeat the dragons, and so they needed help. And Lazarus completely knows this. He absorbed the Bloodstone power. He has a lot of power, but he still cannot combat the dragons. The only thing that can, though, is Aurene. So my argument here is that he is definitely using us and thereby extension Aurene to get his own will, so to speak. He wants to end all of the dragons, but he wants to be the last man standing. He wants to be the one to rule them all, so to speak. I think that he is bad to the bone, but he is definitely using us.
I mean, he's gonna betray us. No doubt.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But probably not for a while because he's got to get the job done first, right?
Yeah.
I think something is going to happen where Marjorie, because we saw her, Mom, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a teenager. And, something is going to happen where Marjorie is facing death. And Lazarus is going to somehow save her from that. That is going to cause our player character to trust them. And that's going to establish some sort of relationship, and that's going to set Lazarus up to betray us. I'm quite sure that's probably what's going to happen.
Or Lazarus could offer Marjorie her sister back, right?
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
In exchange.
I think that's something that might happen. Like the whole betrayal and shit. It definitely will happen, but I think it's very detrimental for ArenaNet to make it happen at the right time, because they can literally stretch his story out through the entirety of the dragon story, like till the very last dragon is dead.
Yeah.
We can still have Lazarus by our side, and he could have done numerous things, not just the single thing for Marjorie. He could have literally been our right hand throughout the entire fight, and just our best friend and buddy, and then boom, he betrays us at the end.
Yep.
At the very end, and then it kicks off. This is how we continue the Guild Wars saga. We kill all the dragons. Well, what the fuck is going to happen after all the dragons?
Lazarus.
this is what's gonna happen after all.
The
the
master brings back the Time Lords.
Exactly.
All the
Master
merc-
manipulator.
all
The
the merc-
Daleks weren't dead. What are you
Oh.
talking about? They're on another spaceship. Come on over, guys.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
We betray. Oh shit! That would be one hell of a plot twist. We stab Lazarus in the back before he stabs us in our back.
Oh my!
But that won't
goodness.
happen because our
Happen.
character
You
is.
knew all along. Oh.
I don't think that
Our
would
character
happen.
is
Though.
apparently an idiot, and Timey has to explain everything to us like we're a 5-year-old.
Yeah. I should just wait. If you're an Azura, does that still happen?
Yes,
Yes.
and it's frustrating.
Oh my
It's
god.
frustrating.
Because I know
We're-
you
we're
play
like-
rats, don't you, Inks? You play on rat characters.
Yeah, I do. I play on Asura, and it's like we're supposed to be the snap savant, right? That's
Exactly.
like part of the player's story. Yet somehow Timey is still more intelligent than us, no matter what we do. And she knows Steve's real name, but she just forgot it. I just
I like
forgot
that,
it.
though.
It's
That was
fine.
that was a funny detail.
That was it was
Fine,
that was
got
quite,
it.
that
What's
was
his name?
actually
It starts with
It
an
was-
S.
yeah,
It
that
would've
was
been
that was a
horrible
nice
if we-
joke.
if she would've
I can't
just burst
remember.
it out.
That's a nice
Imagine
joke,
that.
though. Nice little
Why
reference.
does she
Just
know
bursting out,
his
like,
name?
oh, this is-
She
Why
doesn't.
does nobody
Well,
knows his
apparently
name.
It's just a
I
joke.
think to a certain degree, it's sort of hinted that we also know it.
That's
But
what
we
the way
don't
she's
know
talking to us is kind of like we're supposed to know it. She's like, "Oh, what's his name? Starts with an S." That's supposed to jog our memory somehow. Like we're supposed to know the name, but nobody knows it. I don't know. That was a very weird line for me, and I was like, "Really?"
But imagine the bombshell that would have been if she would have
It's
just
such a-
bursted out with a weird name, like, "Oh, that's the last dragon." Everyone would have just exploded. Like,
But the thing is, they drop a load of lore bombs anyway, though. With the,
They did. Yeah.
Well, with the magic thing, and then as you said, Deroir, with how the elder races were kind of fighting the dragons
The
before any
Mersat's
of this
version
happened.
of
Yeah,
the current
their
events.
version of the story, even though they got wrecked.
Jotun basically did nothing and had their magic stripped and became idiots.
Yeah.
The dwarves sealed themselves up in a castle. The seers tried to help them fight, but they both got wiped out, and the seers were like, "Whoa, let's just seal all our magic in the bloodstone because you can't have my precious." And then the Mersat were like, "You know what? We're out. See ya. We're out of
Peace.
here. We're tired of dying.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with the dragons. We're out."
Are we quite sure that all the other Mersat are dead?
yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Lazarus leads you to believe that anyway, right?
Mm.
I mean, in theory, he could sort of just like
Because,
or
well,
the ArenaNet could sort of just pull one out of their ass and say that, oh, there was still some in the mist, like just phased from reality.
yeah, because there are the anomalies that we see, which are somehow related to this all. We probably won't find out for a while. Some of they all look different.
Speaking of, actually,
Yes.
I have to mention this because
Yeah, go ahead.
now that you mentioned the Jinn a way back, I actually came to that same conclusion, completely separately.
This
And
conclusion,
I was like, I've
the one that
heard-
I'm doing now,
Yeah, that they're Jinn,
huh?
that the anomalies are Jinn. That was you, right? I remember you
Yeah.
you telling me specifically
Yeah,
that you had this epiphany, and I
Whoa.
sort of just I kind of brushed it aside because all right, it was a cool idea, but then later on I came to the same conclusion. I was like, I have heard this before. I was like, fuck, that was Brazil.
Whoa!
You're
Hey,
right, man.
have you ever
They
heard
are-
of Minstrel's Chronomancer either? Is that another one that we have to remind everyone about how right I was on that too?
But the thing is, you know, you don't have a 100% hit rate. What about Ventari Revenant Brazil?
It's good, but it's not worth to play because it's too hard.
It's too hard. What?
Like,
It's too hard to be. You can be effective on other stuff, and it can just be significantly easier. It is the best healer. It is the best healer, but it's too hard, and it's just not worth it. Unless you're doing Slippery Slubling, then it's really the only slub holder you should be using.
the only
So-
slub holder.
It is the best at holding slubs on Slippery Slubling.
You can just, you know,
But we've gotten off track.
Let's
go back.
Yeah.
We
We
must
can
go back.
ignore how right
Run,
I
a-
was. for
run
just
away
a few
from Minstrel
seconds,
Chrono.
so humble Deroir can tell his story.
Oh god. What? No, you were going off about the anomalies, but sorry, I had to put that in there, because You're completely right.
I think there are different types of anomalies that are different things, and I think in more than one regard, because we see anomalies that are different colors, and we see anomalies that behave differently and that have different facial features. Some of them have just a giant hole in their head and like a spike that comes out. And some of them, whenever they die, they like make choking, strangling sounds and they fall over. Some of them are cowards. Some of them have giant spears that they throw at us and shoot laser beams and fractals and stuff. Some of them have 3 eyes on just a big open face. And I don't think those ones have horns. Maybe they do. But the Mersat apparently have 3 eyes now, it would seem.
Illuminati confirmed.
Helmets. I don't know. What do you mean, what?
Oh, sorry, I have to look at this now.
Yeah.
To see if they have 3 eyes.
Yeah, really? No, the Mersat certainly have 3 eyes.
3 eyes?
Some of the anomalies certainly do too.
But is it not like a hypothetical third eye? Like
No,
the all-seeing eye?
It is quite literally, look at their helmet in the middle of their forehead.
On this.
I have the outfit. Do you want me to log on and stand in front of you?
Almost. Wait, no, it's fine.
Do they actually have a third eye?
Yes.
I didn't notice a third eye.
They have that kind of number on the helmet.
If you're looking at like concept art from Guild Wars 1, you might not see it as well.
There's no third eye.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's an indent in the helmet.
It's just the helmet.
What picture are you looking at?
I'm looking
at the model in game right now.
Okay.
Of the armor.
I'm looking at models.
Are you previewing it in?
I'm previewing the outfit. Yeah.
I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna stand in front of you. All right.
All right.
I'm doing it. Are you logged in right now?
I'm logged in. Yeah.
All right, Inks. Tell us about something while we get this sorted out.
I really like the music in Timey's battle room.
The destroyer of bananas.
Yeah, the banana destroyer.
God.
Speaking of that room, actually, what the fuck happened to all of those exploding things? It was in the room, and then they never appeared in the entire thing.
You mean the destroyer crabs?
The destroyer crabs that exploded and caused these giant fire fields that were really damaging, and then gone.
Yeah, I know.
Here,
practice against Primordus' minions. They're never there. Okay, it's just,
wait. Teapot, you're logged in too. Make a party and join Deroir. All right, we'll just do this on stream for everyone to see.
I'm kind of in a bit of a precarious place,
it's fine. It's fine.
It's not gonna work that well.
I'm transferring to EU, so it'll be okay.
No, I mean I'm standing on a spike.
That room, and I definitely like I really like the music. The 80s sort of Stranger Thing. People keep saying Stranger Things, but it definitely has that 80s feel to the music. Yeah. I really liked it. The Arene thing, her name is a bit weird to me. I get that it fits and it's a type of glass and a crystal, and I get that they made her a DreamWorks dragon character with giant cutesy eyes, and she's gonna grow up and she's gonna grow out of that, so that's fine. It doesn't really bother me.
The dragon is an anime, guys. It's an anime.
I think it's interesting that she has aspects of Madra like in her face.
Yeah,
her face is very and a bit of glint. And Corvus was saying that her wings are Zaitan-like. I didn't really catch that.
Zaitan had a lot of wings.
I mean, he was the only one that had wings.
Right. Well, we never really see Mordramoth because we're walking on his back, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool that because she's apparently absorbed the other dragons' part of their magic, that it sort of transformed her a little bit. So I did kind of like that. That was she's like a mix of the dragons or whatever. The QT thing doesn't really play to my strong suit, and the name isn't really relevant, but it's a name. I got over Dragon Hunter.
Oh, I'll come back.
I mean, honestly, they should have been a poll for it, because then we could have called the dragon Harambe. I think I said this on the stream a few times.
Oh, God.
I'm on the... Alright, I'll come out too.
I think we should have had just a vote. You can suggest your name, and I would have voted for Harambe, or something. Or Dragon McDragonface. Or actually, I hate that meme, so I would never vote for that, because it's stupid.
I can see where you're going with this, Rizzo.
Yeah.
But it's not an eye.
It is an eye.
I don't think it's an eye.
It is
I
an
think
eye.
I think it's more of a hypothetical like thing,
Brazil
not
refutes
towards
to
the all
All
accept
seeing
right.
eye.
So do you want me
That's
to
not
tell
an eye.
you? Do you want me to tell you how I know for certain that it's an eye?
Yes.
Because the story is very predictable, and there are anomalies with 3 eyes, and they're gonna be
So
Mersat.
what are the
Yeah,
anomalies?
but
then?
that's the
Yeah.
anomalies
Yeah.
are
See. That's the thing about the anomalies.
So
Well,
I'm
Mersat-
actually gonna go jump in the Mystic Forge again and
okay,
see.
the anomalies sort of have this they seem to me to just be this nod towards how magic works. Like we know now that they are that magic is light and magic is alive. And that's exactly what they are. They're manifestations of those light refractions or whatever the fuck we're gonna call them. And they've come to life. I don't. That is, and that's exactly why I'm sticking with the idea that they are Jinn and not necessarily Mersat, because saying that they're Mersat seems too far out. Mersat is a strong race, a much more
All
materialized
right. So
race.
I'm gonna cut you off. I'm looking at my anomaly body while I'm standing in the Mystic Forge, and it
Yes.
has 3 eyes on its head, and it has no horn. The ones that have big holes in their faces have horns, and we see those around. And the whole event with the anomaly that runs around the map that like cries and is sad and stuff, we see that literally. We see people literally getting sucked inside of like space and time and exploding. We hear what, Inks? Did you say something?
Nothing. No.
Oh, okay. We see people getting sucked in. We hear crying and sad noises in the background, and they're getting turned into anomalies. It's what happens. And then, like, you have these like bloodstone yellow ley line anomalies that we find around in Bloodstone Fen that like leak out into the open world. Those are the ones that we also chase as part of that current event. You've got like the Veil Guardian, who's just like the white, and he splits into the RGB color. You have the yellow ley line magic that comes out of Slothazor. Uh, I mean, and that's part way through Wing 2 of the raid. Like, it's ley magic, but it gets changed and stuff happens to it, and there are different types, and there are different types of beings that have been. They were probably part of it to begin with. That's probably
I
just what they were. Like the gem things. Those were probably always like magical formations of ley energy that are like people. And then I think there are also people that have gotten sucked in against their will or something and that have turned into that. Kind of how like Darth Vader dies and then becomes ghost Darth Vader in the Force. And then like there are probably just like evil manifestations too. And then there are
I don't.
probably like Mersat.
That's really the thing, though. I don't think that they're evil in any way, shape, or form. I think that by and large
Sad.
they are just they're Jinn. Jinn. I think the biggest what's it called? The biggest clue towards this theory is the unbound guardian.
Yeah.
Jinn in lore have this thing with binding themselves to objects or what's it called, areas of land or whatever, perhaps even souls. Maybe that's what we're seeing. But I think why they're crying and why we have the unbound guardian going nuts and stuff is just because they don't know what's happening. They're trying to just be, and all of a sudden they're attacked and chased around. They don't know why they've come into existence. They are just a refraction of the magic that has just been shot out from the ley energy, the excessive amount of energy. I think they are just magic, and that's exactly what Jinn are. And so when they bind themselves, like we see with the Veil Guardian, they bind themselves
Yeah.
into the different pillars. They are protecting this shit, like a Jinn would. But everyone else, all the other anomalies, they are just lost souls, basically, without the soul part. They're lost manifestations
But
of
there are
magic.
different types of them.
True, and I cannot. I don't have a theory about that part.
How does that tie in? I don't understand how that ties into the story, though.
Because
That's exactly
Lazarus
it.
is going to bring them back out of the ley energy and their Mersat all along. And there are
But-
going to be bad ones and good ones. and we're going to find out that people got turned into it, and then we're going to find out how he can save all the people because it's a predictable story.
So the idea then is that the Mersat are like trapped between planes or something.
Or that's where they figured out like an emergency button that they could like, hey, we're going to die, but we can kind of camp out here for a while Lazarus has our back. And he's going to pull us out. It's almost like people were watching Doctor Who when they were writing the story.
What happens there?
And Doctor Who?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
So the overarching everything about Doctor Who is that there are these two races. There are the Daleks. There's the like evil, mindless, just kill everything that's not us robots. They're basically Trump supporters. And then you have Time Lords, who are they're like human. They have two hearts. They can like do time magic and stuff, and they're good. And the Daleks are evil. And they're just at war, and then basically all of the Time Lords get sacrificed so they could kill the Daleks, but the Daleks don't ever get wiped out. They're just like hiding in this area. There's a pocket of Daleks over here behind this like fabric of time, and then I'm the last Time Lord, but I'm actually immortal, and I just get reborn again, and blah. It's just stupid nonsense, but it's kind of, I don't know, popular. And so that's what's happening. Like the Mersat figured out that they were getting wiped out and they were dying, and somehow they figured out like the souls that got stuck in the bloodstone. Hey, we can like exist in this pocket and we can hang out and be patient for a while, and Lazarus is going to hook us up and we're going to kill the dragons. We're going to take their magic and we're going to use that. We're going to come out and we're going to be new. And like the Exalted are kind of like the yellow anomalies too. That's another thing I forgot about somehow. The Exalted are like literally the same thing. They just have armor and masks. Maybe those are Mersat and they don't know it, and the Seers didn't know it when they made them. And Lazarus just has this whole Mersat army. And wouldn't that be kind of funny, because the Sage or whatever had that like back and forth with Lazarus about how Mersat were evil, and about how, oh, that would be really funny Guild Wars 2 humor if they turned out to be related to them, or they are Mersat. Wouldn't that be ironic?
Well, it'll be even better if the Exalted, they decide to actually side with Lazarus when he turns on us.
Yeah.
That would be a spicy meme.
You remember how,
I'm
whenever Saw 3 came out, people literally predicted the end of the franchise, everything?
Well, at that point, it turned shit anyways. Saw was horrible after the third one. Oh my god.
What? Why?
Aren't there like?
Why would they
like 7 Saws?
I mean,
how many are there?
It's hell trash anyway, though. I mean,
yeah.
The fuck kind of?
I don't.
Who would watch something like that?
I'm quite thoroughly convinced by all of these clues that they just stick out in your face that aren't really that obvious unless you do all sorts of content and then eventually start to see it and put stuff together. I'm quite thoroughly sure that I've got it all figured out.
Okay. I will say that there's merit to your theory.
Yes.
But that's only because I think this is the only reason why I actually think that you have a really, really good point, is because all of this shit happened at the same time. It was all introduced with the raid. Veil Guardian at the very start. That was the first boss they had in mind.
No, Nova Reactor.
Well, yeah, okay.
Because Scarlet was doing stuff with dragon magic, and then look, there it is.
Yeah, the Asura thought it was chaos magic.
It's
but
different.
It was dragon
it's
magic.
a different anomaly. It has a horn and it's got a hole in its head.
Yeah.
It's not like the Mystic Forge anomaly that has 3 eyes. Something was done to it. It was modified and it's evil. All of the ones with circles and holes and horns are evil ones. They're the bad guys.
All the holes.
Something's been done to them.
Oh my god.
The Veil Guardian 2 was activated by dragon magic by the release of Mordremoth's magic, right? So
and it's evil. It's got a hole in its head and a horn. Uh-oh. Something's going on, guys.
Holes and horns.
You gotta watch out for the horns. They're evil.
I'm pretty sure all the ones that were crying and were afraid and that we were killing because they looked like the other ones, so we knew that they had to
Jesus.
be.
This is fucked up.
Had 3 eyes. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
No. We were killing the good ones because we thought they were the bad ones.
They were even running away from us, right?
I know, and they were throwing out flowers and cowering and crying, and when they die, they fall over and choke and suffocate.
Yeah.
And make horrible, sad noises.
Oh.
And those were the ones that were formed after the ley lines popped and exploded, and then the explorers who were researching them disappeared. And then they come back, and while you're, gathering out all the magic, they're screaming and crying and creepy noises is kind of passively in the background. And then it manifests, and then there's a guardian who's sad with 3 eyes, and he's running around while you're killing him. But those are different than the evil ones with big holes in their heads and horns.
My God,
And they're
Brazil's
also
onto
different
something.
colors. They're also different colors because the yellow lady.
You should make a Reddit post, Brazil.
Yeah, I know. This is all. This is all interesting stuff, isn't it, Deroir?
It is.
See, there's yellow Deroir like we have right now, and then there's white Deroir, and we have red and white.
He doesn't even look that yellow.
Like my art.
Blue Deroir is my favorite.
Blue Deroir?
So sad. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
They're all Teletubbies. That's exactly what I keep thinking. We're still talking about horns and holes, and they're all Teletubbies. We're being invaded in Guild Wars 2 by Teletubbies. They'll make you watch like Babyface Sun, and it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah. No.
I want to find they're. I could probably dig them up right now and look for them, but there are actual videos of this is what actually convinced me, and this is what made me keep like looking into this stuff. The videos of the events where like the first current events where the Priory explorers were digging around and stuff. You went and talked to them. There was a big pop, and then they just disappeared. One of them was like a ranger, and it had a pet, and then the pet was there, and the thing wasn't there. And then the next current event, you're in the same area, and you hear like this screaming and crying and just really creepy, scary, sad noises. And then the anomaly comes out after that. I think it's a really obvious setup that you still have to like pay attention to. You would still have to do it all or see it all and draw conclusions or think about it afterwards. But I think it's very straightforward, surprisingly. I think all of this is very straightforward. It's just a matter of you have to see it in enough different areas to finally put it together.
I think where I'm struggling is because it's definitely a really valid theory. I'll give you this. But where I'm struggling is it would to me it would feel like such a cop out to bring back the entire Mersat race. No, they would.
I agree, and that's why I stopped watching Doctor Who because I got sick.
But Greg Watch will stop them.
They'll come back, but they'll be different. They'll be different somehow or changed. Or maybe they'll be good and they'll just turn on Lazarus and kill Lazarus with us. No. It's gonna be they're gonna come back, but it's gonna be different, so they could say that it's different because that was Guild Wars 2 200 years ago, and now it's different now. So
I mean, if we take the two theories presented in this entire podcast, with Lazarus being the future of Guild Wars 2 after the dragons, then he sort of needs an army, and the White Mantle is not really going to be that. Then it would make sense that he sort of needed an army somehow, but it just feels.
I'd be even more sinister than that. They would really make Lazarus.
No, I really don't.
So Lazarus this whole time. And we saw a cutscene where the Unbound Guardian was getting manufactured in like an arena underneath the Bloodstone Fen map. We kind of saw that happening before Bloodstone Fen and the story, but there was no follow-up on it.
Exactly.
What if Lazarus figured out how to reliably turn people into ley energy anomalies and feed them into the Mersat that are already in the ley lines? So
what are you talking about?
He takes all of the
anomaly.
No, that wasn't Lazarus.
That definitely
makes sense. The raid. He was in the Temple of Awakening behind Zera.
Yeah, but
that's not at the same time, though. It's not on the same timeline.
If we are to go with your theory and say that the anomalies are the Mersat, then they would only make sense that when he was manifested from the Bloodstone in the raid, he only came back as an anomaly, like that thing that we saw in the cinematic.
Okay.
And so to actually manifest himself into reality as we see him now, he would need the entire Bloodstone magic depot or whatever, the fucking stored magic. And then he popped into existence. And only by killing the rest of the dragons would he accumulate enough power to actually turn the rest of the fucking anomalies into Mersat.
Yeah.
I am convinced. Completely convinced that thing, that anomaly that we saw was Lazarus.
I think that was the Unbound Guardian.
I'm pretty sure that was just the thing that
I think
happened.
Lazarus was in the raid instance, being raided by mercenaries who weren't us.
No,
But
definitely
anyways, yeah, I think he's going to find a way to feed his loyal white mantle idiot lunatic followers into the ley lines and use those to reborn Mersat out of the ley lines. I think that's where those guys are going to come into play. He's going to say, "You great loyal followers, you beautiful, faithful, come throw yourself into the ley lines, and you can bring out the Mersat."
So it is just Doctor Who, you know. It's just Cybermen. Am I right, Brazil?
Literally,
This is the same thing.
the Cybermen are superior to the Daleks in one way.
They are better at dying. Yeah, that was actually a nice meme. Actually,
That was a good line.
that was good.
Was good.
It's a shame the rest of Doctor Who basically sucks, but you know that's fine. But wouldn't it be enough just for him to have the ley anomalies as his army, as opposed to having them turn into Mersat, the extra step?
Maybe.
Well, all they do really is cry in a corner.
Yeah, but maybe
Sad.
he can whip them up into a frenzy and make them really angry at us.
Make them not sad.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what would really give confirmation to this? This would be funny. All right.
Uh,
So if they put in some kind of like secret interaction with like those little anomalies that just kind of spawn somewhere, if those happened to be in like the Mersat temple on the new map, or you like went in with like a ley line anomaly tonic or something, maybe the fractal tonic, and you like went by them, and the jade armors weren't hostile to you.
See, no. Okay, sorry, I wasn't listening at all. I had to find the I had to find the clip. All right,
Demolished.
This is the cinematic where with the magic's echo. Wait.
You're talking
can-
about the
you can-
Bloodstone Fin cinematic.
Yeah, definitely. When it explodes, you clearly see that. Okay, I'll post it in chat here. You clearly see that it's absorbing all the magic. That is a representation of Lazarus. I am
he tells you that
100%
he
sure.
does that.
Huh?
He tells you in the latest story that he had
He
to
absorbed
absorb
the
all the
explosion.
magic because the White Mantle are idiots and broke
Yeah.
it open. It was going to explode.
But it seems like if we follow this story, it seems like he was after he was brought to partial existence from the rage story and all of that. He was brought underneath the bloodstone to draw more power into him to actually awaken him. And when they tried to do that, the entire thing exploded, and he had to just take it all. That was what happened. He just take it. Okay, no. And that's
So,
what we see here.
Yeah, this is the thing. I'm either very, very, very right to a degree that I don't even think I'm right, or I'm still right to a lesser degree, and Deroir is still wrong inside the degree that I'm right in.
I'm
So
pretty sure
those
you're
are the
right.
two options.
Pretty sure you're right.
All
I'm
right,
pretty sure both you and I are right now.
all right.
That this is him.
I'm
He
okay
is
with
the
that as
anomaly,
long as I'm
and
still
you
right.
think that, and they're all anomalies. You're still right.
I'm just waiting for Lazarus.
Mine spike time.
I'm just waiting for Lazarus to say to Marjorie, "Listen, I can bring Belinda back, but
Yeah.
I need more power. I need more power, Marjorie. So you're gonna have to help me out here. We're gonna have to eat a baby dragon." And now she obviously the baby dragon's like eaten, but he's gonna need to gain more power. Marjorie's totally gonna help him. He's gonna trick her into it by promising he'll bring Belinda back.
That definitely could happen. That seems likely to me. Oh, something that could may
Because
go-
somebody else was asking, like, is her sword gonna play a part? I think it will to some extent.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, because
It all has to do
the
with
soul is
spirits and
stored in
shit.
there, isn't it? Kind of the
It's like
Belinda is
Catan-
kind of in the.
It's like they read Marvel comics too.
Kinda
Katana's
stuck in there.
dead husband is inside the sword.
And Lazarus can extract them, bring them back into reality. For a suction.
I'm interested to see where the story goes.
That
I worry.
Oh, that's literally it. That's the thing that Marjorie couldn't put her finger on that she was confused about when she wanted the necromancer in me wants to know more about Lazarus. It's gonna literally be taking Belinda out of the sword. It was
Yeah.
Belinda calling to her.
Oh, shit.
See, look at this, guys.
Oh.
Come watch TeaTime every week.
Oh my God.
We're
All
figuring
the
the story
epiphanies.
out.
Wow.
We're figuring it out. We don't even need Reddit spoilers. We're gonna
Lore
figure it out.
time with tea time. But I mean, surely don't we already know what it's because we're insider traders? So we're just literally. Aren't we just reading what's happening on the test server right now? I mean, personally, I'm on the test server right now. I'm just look
Inside Loresters.
Yeah, inside
Spoiling
lore traders,
story.
guys. I mean, come on.
Lore traders.
We insider lore
traders.
traders. Yeah, exactly. Not only do we insider trade stabilizing matrices, we also insider trade lore. So there you go. We just want to make ourselves look good, so we just nail our predictions down 100% because we know what's coming, guys. Okay,
Yeah,
it's simple as that. Do you not read Reddit? The subreddit says we know everything, so we do. I mean, personally, I know Brazil knows everything. I mean, Brazil is always right.
No. Here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. This is actually really all right. You see, I do actually. In fact, I do actually know everything.
Just not at the same time.
Just don't know it at the same time. See, did you catch that, Deroir? I do actually know everything, just not at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Everything.
okay.
It's
Is
perfect.
that like a future predicament? Is that like
Lore
a
price is rising.
You can't disprove solipsism. How do you know you're not a brain in a jar?
touche?
How do you know you're not a Mercer in a ley line? Can you prove that? Ooh. Oh, exactly. Where were we even going with this, by the
I'm
way?
actually, now that I think
don't
back
know.
about it, I'm actually pretty sure that there are still anomalies with three eyes that have points on their head too. So they must be kind of like a mixture. I know there are, in fact, the
Really?
both types.
I don't think there are.
There may not be, but there are certainly two types. There's certainly two types, and that has to be.
Oh yeah. I can see how that makes sense. If there's two distinct anomaly types, one being the Mersat, and one being a magical refraction of the soul or
Do
whatever.
we know
the fuck.
the tarnished trader who doesn't have a mask on his face? Do we know what his face looks like?
I think it's just flat, isn't it?
I think all of it is just like all of the
Yeah.
the different ones are just it's just blur. There's nothing really.
Okay.
Yeah. No face.
I'm gonna Google.
Brazil is the new lead narrative.
Hmm.
Well,
It is
you can
curious,
take
though,
Leonard
to see
stuff
how
back.
the Exalted will kind of fit into all this and what they exist. Because they just... Right now, it's just they're kind of bound thingies, wearing armor, created.
Yeah.
But if the Mersat are also of a similar construction somehow, that makes it kind of weird. Right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just stay dull as fuck. The Exalted and just sort of be Oreen's army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're for, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's their
Instead of her
purpose.
creating minions of different stuff now and becoming evil and corrupting all of the other stuff, she just has the Exalted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe.
why would you need NPCs when you have us, right? That's the most important thing. Because
like a
when has an
million of
NPC ever done anything good? In fact, the only NPC that's really hooked us up has been Lazarus. What does that tell you? Okay, even when you're with some, fucking actual legendary NPCs, they don't do shit. They just kind of slap things. With their
Yeah,
little
Ridlock
weapons.
is like the worst might stacker ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Worst
He's trash.
Revenant. Fucking
Yeah, he deserves to be in prison.
he does.
Yeah, for his DPS rotation, he's just be jailed, not having enough DPS uptime. I know it's the end for him. Yeah, that was just that part of the story was just kind of stupid. I don't know why did I don't know.
What part?
That was just an excuse to get rid of Ritlock. That's the whole thing. Just well, we could explain what happened there, but actually we're gonna have him arrested by two idiots who just come through a
No,
portal.
us gonna see. Here we go again. All right, figure out the story again. It's now past 3 seconds. So this is when we're gonna get the Ritlock mist revelation. The Ritlock mist revelation is literally gonna be he flies into the mists. The mists are ley lines, and then he saw the anomalies, and he knows what the anomalies are.
He just
And
wasn't telling us this whole time.
And he didn't want to say anything. So that's going to be the Ritlock revelation. Oops, figured it out. Whoops, there we go. All right.
The Ritlock thing it's unfortunate because a lot of us want the answer, but his story, first of all, you wouldn't be able to do his story justice in a living story episode. You'd need to stretch it out to several episodes. and it also sidetracks the story that we're trying to do, if he's ever even been to the Far Island Chains, which we don't know. So I understand why they did it, even though I'm not the biggest fan of that. But I don't think we're going to get answers from him anytime soon about anything, really.
Yeah.
Ridlock's story to me at this point just feels like it feels like a mystery being dragged out too far. Like
His
3 years too
always
far.
his character's always been a mystery, even like from the first book that he appears in
Exactly.
to now, right? There's always been, like, a little bit of information about him, but he's very private. He doesn't talk about a number of things. You don't know where he got the sword from.
He's an
I
INTJ, just like Nemesis.
I don't think I don't think we're gonna find out about the sword or his adventure in the mists really anytime soon. So
Yeah.
I
Might
wonder-
just have
I
it-
wonder
they're just
when
going to
they're
have it as a
actually gonna
running
do it.
joke at this point. It's just going to be a running joke that
right, and that's
No
exactly
one's-
what it is.
no one's gonna
It's just
know.
a running joke.
But that's exactly what it's is. Like I wonder if there's definitely a when there. When are they actually going to tell us?
never.
And I don't know. I really do not know.
I don't
Seems
think
so far out.
I don't know. I think that they're going to be more interested in driving the main story along. I mean,
Right.
didn't they say that there wouldn't be a Ritlock fractal? You'd think that a
They did.
Ritlock fractal could be pretty good for exactly this like little bit of a side plot, but I think it was confirmed that there isn't going to be one.
It'll be a story instance.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had a lot of backlash from the last fractal story that they actually put in, to the point where they just said that they weren't going to do it.
Well, so they did a literally random fractal with just all the other fractals kind of mashed together.
It's apparently not random.
Yeah, it's not random. It's
There's
story
something's
somewhere.
coming.
That's true, actually, with the mysterious little fucker. He's trying to screw us over.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
He's a weird character in the sense that like he doesn't fit in anywhere really.
Snaf.
It's not
Snaf is alive in the mist.
Definitely not.
He
He
Snap.
survived in ley line energy.
No, no, no,
Now he's
no,
in a
no, no,
Na'vi.
no.
Oh!
All right, no.
Whoa.
Let's get this story straight then, because the only reason why this mysterious Asura is in there is because the Bloodstone exploded. It was the sudden surge of magic that allowed him to enter into another plane of existence. That's what the journals tell, at least.
Weird. What
So-
journals?
in
The
the
fractal journals.
In the
new
fractal. In the
Oh,
Chaos
okay.
fractal.
I've only done it once. Still.
Oh.
Yeah, me too. I've only done it once as well, and I don't have all of the journals.
Fucking
They need to
slackers.
come up with a better journal system. I like the direction they were going with Bloodstone Fen, but now they're back to not giving us a way. Oh, they're back to not giving us a good way to reference those journals. Like you've got
Yeah.
Cammy and you've got the Mersat lore, which is really interesting. But once you complete those achievements, unless you Cammy's, you can't even go back. I don't think. You got to go back to each Mersat tablet to read that again, rather than being able to reference it off-site. And I think the same is true for the fractal, right? You can't reference that unless you go into the fractal to look for it. You can't really reference that off-site, can you?
No.
That's
Well-
kind of annoying to me. Like I really would rather not be in combat or not be in a fractal or whatever the case is, and sort of just sit in LA so I can read through it and digest what they're saying rather than sort of feel pressured.
It would be really cool with a notebook, sort of just like everything
something-
in
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And feel it there. Oh, there's a new chapter. Unlock the new chapter and gain the achievement or whatever.
that would be
blah,
good,
blah, blah.
actually.
And then you
Yeah.
can read that afterwards. Yeah, I don't think that would be hard to implement. Even they have several fucking notebooks. Unless they want to actually make it new UI, then it's just another.
And I
fucking
do
book.
I do understand what people are saying, like the books in Bloodstone Fen, they take up inventory or bank space. I get it. I do understand that is sort of a problem, but there's a better solution somewhere there, I think, and I hope that they look at that in better detail at some point.
Yeah.
It could definitely be a little quality of life that they eventually put into the game, but
How did the guy get into the fractals? Because I still don't know. It was the Bloodstone magic, and he
it seemed like how the story the story is very abstract because it's not very clear cut. So how it seems like is that he was basically trying to mimic what Dessa was doing. This is sort of the feel that we're getting. He was trying to mimic and trying to enter into another plane of reality. And as soon like apparently him and his team were doing things at the very moment the bloodstone exploded. And so when it exploded and all the magic scattered everywhere, he he sort of got this window into the other existence, and he just jumped. And it was just him. So his team is still in reality, but he's buried deep somewhere else. But he doesn't seem to have the same know-how as Dessa or so many others. That's why he couldn't actually do it till he had this surge of magic. And that's why the fractals are mismatched together. So he doesn't really have control, like full control. He just seems to.
So it's like Matthias.
Yeah.
They literally just drill the bloodstone into his heart, and he just couldn't deal with it. All right.
Explode. So yeah, that's basically it, more or less. And that's as far as we know. The story hasn't evolved.
When we get a new fractal, we'll find out.
I'm very curious to see what they actually do with that.
You're not very excited.
What do you think of the?
Huh?
Go ahead. What did you say, Teapot?
You're not excited for the new fractalings, for another fractal?
I am.
Oh, that didn't seem very enthusiastic.
Well, I mean, I don't fractal a whole lot.
I hate fractals.
Yeah. I know. We know. You do.
What are you talking about? I thought Brazil DNT loved fractals.
But
yeah,
I really like the rework to the lobby.
Yeah, it is good, isn't it?
The rework. It is really good, except for the lighting. Oh my god, can they change that back? It's gotten so dark and gloomy.
It is pretty dark, actually. It's very spooky.
Speaking of that, actually, when I got to Ember Bay, like complete topic shift, but when I got to Ember Bay, I was really disappointed that it wasn't darker. It was this super light environment, and with the lens glare and everything. Just like if they had just turned all the rocks, all the stone, just a shade darker, like in the old days, where it was just black rocks, like almost obsidian rocks everywhere. That would have been cool, and I hope they do that for the future areas that we unlock there. But that just bummed me out.
I would have liked to have seen like obsidian Karka.
That would actually have been cool.
Yeah.
I do like that they added the Karka back like onto this island as well, because
I love Karka.
It's like a wasted creature that doesn't really get enough. So I'm glad that they use some of that, and the dinosaurs that inhabit part of the other part of the island, and I like that there was decent diversity. It would have been great if there was a new creature type. I know a lot of people from Guild Wars 1 wanted hydras and stuff to be on this island.
I mean, we have the Jade.
Yeah.
You can sort of argue that they're
a kind of new.
The Karka are like the original hard Guild Wars 2 enemy, and they were done correctly, I think. Because their AI still functions similarly, so like caustic shadow dancers, or shadow leapers, or whatever they're called, I don't know, where it's just like, okay, here's a mob, it sees you and it just flies backwards and stealths, and now it's over here. Or it runs up to you, it stabs you and it stuns you. Its AI is being predictably unpredictable. That's what it was designed to do. It doesn't function like naturally. It's just designed to kind of spam stuff. Karkas, if you go around a corner, it's going to follow you. You can manipulate its AI, and it's very punishing because it's going to hurt you a whole lot. Its attacks are devastating, and then it's got the second HP bar trick, which a lot of people don't like. But like, you have to figure out, okay, there's this young Karka, it's spraying all of these like icicle projectiles at me, and if I eat it for 2 seconds, I'm dead. So you have to figure out it's going to be rooted in place. I have to hide, or I have to block it, whatever. I don't know. Karka are difficult enemies done correctly. Heart of Thorns enemies are annoying enemies that are supposed to be difficult. It's a difference. So I like Karka a lot, but I don't know.
How much petrified wood have you guys farmed up?
I have 19, and I don't even know how I have that much.
I think I have about 100.
I had enough to own all of the new minis. So what is that? 25 a piece? I don't know how many of the new minis there were.
100, yeah.
125.
And then like another 35 or something.
The only thing that's actually keeping me off of those minis is the karma cost.
See,
Really?
That's
100?
500K?
But that's not a lot.
It's not what I want to spend my money on, or my karma
Fair
on.
enough. What do you want to spend your karma on?
I don't know.
The scout maps or whatever?
I mean, they've now sort of demonstrated that karma, that they're working with karma to try and make that more important or
I like that.
interesting. And I really like that, but I don't want to farm events and events and events and events all over again.
It's one of those things I'm not worried about. I'll just get karma by. You can also buy that permanent karma thing for the island, so that when you kill an enemy, they drop vials of karma. Like, I don't know.
That was the first thing I bought. Just walked in.
Yeah, it's quite powerful actually. You get a good amount of karma from doing that with the max tier. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Karma is one of those things that, I don't know, you'll just generate by playing the game without even thinking about it.
Yeah, true. I'll probably end up buying the minis as well, but...
How much karma do you have, Deroir?
I don't know, like, I think I don't have much left.
Yeah, should we talk about that, actually?
1.2 million.
Should we talk about...
I mean, I think I have 4.5 million, so maybe I have a slightly different perspective on it. I have a good chunk
like
of karma.
200K.
But haven't you made some legendaries recently? So you get to
and I also spent like 3 million on leather and cloth or whatever from that vendor and buying gloves and salvaging it.
Oh my god. Why would you put yourself through that?
Making dollar.
3 million karma. Do you know how long that takes?
An unimaginable amount of time.
It's like 90 hours.
Yeah. I don't know why you would do that. I know it's worth, but I still wouldn't do it anyway.
So I was convinced I'll never need karma again.
Don't waste your karma. Winter's Day is coming, and Halloween.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, karma will be useful.
Halloween is so.
I had
oh my
just
god.
under 1 million karma when I started, and I think I'm at 300,000 karma now. And there's still things for me to buy, so it's not like I'm out.
I got the back piece, and I'm done. I'm good. I'm just
It's
another ascended back piece to put in my bank.
The flame skull or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I still need to get the back piece and the trinkets, and then I think that's it.
The trinket is interesting because you can't get around the fact that it's unique by infusing it, which kind of sucks, right?
Well, but they might add another. I'm hoping anyway that they add another trinket in the next map. Whatever that is, wherever that is.
I don't think they will. I think they'll add... I'm not sure about this, actually, because the next logical step would be add armor pieces or something, like a helmet, or, slowly implement full ascended gear you can get through the maps to get you into raiding or whatever, the whole raid prep theme. The thing is, if they do that, it's just so brutal to the rest of the community, right? For example, especially if you're fractals. I mean, look at the fractal way of getting ascended armor. It's so expensive. It's just not even close to worth, I don't think. Because you have to dump.
Someone actually did the math. It's definitely not worth it.
It's not worth it because it's 50 gold for a piece, and then a bunch of stabilizing matrices and the fractal daily thingies on top of that. Is this what? Why is it so bad?
Right, but it can't, because it has to be. If it was too good, then people wouldn't craft it, and it undercuts the crafting potential of ascended armor. Basically erases crafting if you make it so that it's worth it to buy it. You can't do that.
But what about in raids? In raids, it's worth. It's worth to buy.
But raids is different, right? Not everybody, and certainly you don't need ascended armor to go and be successful at raids. But I would say a good number of people will have at least some ascended pieces going into raiding. Therefore, you build up over time. Like, it takes you a while to get ascended pieces unless you're lucky, right?
I think the dev that commented on the Reddit thread about the cost of it, his argument was that it was simply because fractals are a lot more accessible, and it would be too easy for a lot of people to get ascended armor. compared to raids, so it wouldn't
don't get me
crash the
wrong.
economy at the same point.
I think the gold cost is probably off a little bit, but you can't make it. First of all, you can't make it even to crafting because then people won't ever level crafting to craft the pieces, therefore nullifying that aspect of the game. So you need to have it cost more than that, and because it is so accessible, there's a penalty for that as well, right? They need to remove time gating on ascendant materials. I agree with that. I don't like time gated things like that, but I agree. I don't like the time gated.
It's just to give them more material value than their components, though, because that's what happens in Guild Wars 2.
Sure.
Typically, you'll find that crafting, it doesn't really generate anything new. You know, when you buy a crafted item, it's basically just the sum of its parts. Sometimes less. So you don't make any money, but you can make money by crafting ascended stuff, right? Because
there's time.
It's time. All those
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Nice meme. Or, there's some charged quartz bullshit in it or something that you can only get one a day of. And stuff like that. It's just whatever.
Yes, Minty Fresh. I know the Salty Sea Dog achievement is going away soon.
Yep.
October 3rd.
When is it actually leaving? Oh,
Yeah,
the end of the season.
But when will the achievement actually leave? Will it be on October the 3rd, or will it be
probably the 4th.
when the season ends? Oh no, I mean when the next season starts. I guess it wouldn't matter because you can't play it anyway.
It does end on October 3rd, so
there you
probably
go.
reset or something.
So if you guys need to do your achievements and shit, and that goes for your PvP back piece as well, the Year of Ascension. It is over.
Wait, is it a new back piece the next season?
Oh.
We don't know.
It probably
don't know.
will be,
What we do know is that in the next season, in some way, shape, or form, you will be able to earn Season 1's back piece.
Well, yeah, but there still needs to be an incentive for people to keep playing, not for old
I mean,
shit.
I assume there will be, but they haven't said.
Well, gotta get on that bandwagon then. Goddamn.
Yep. The time is short, my friends. The time is short.
I wanted the PvP back piece for a while, but then I decided I didn't care because it's a back piece, and who cares?
No, I decided that I would get it because I kind of wanted the glider because it's kind of cool.
I don't like the
So I'm nearly at the end now. Just 5 more days of 3 games a day, and I win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get 10 wins on every class just for the achievements, but probably not going to happen.
I completely gave up on that. I just did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing 5 classes or something. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'm missing,
but you can just swap.
I'm missing 4 classes.
Just
No,
wait.
not anymore.
Oh, it doesn't work? That doesn't work?
No.
Oh, fucking rip. You actually have to play multiple classes. Well, that sucks.
Right. Yeah.
What a disaster.
Yeah, and I need like 4 more classes. So I just don't have that kind of time. even if I won every game, which is impossible.
100% win rate.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. And this season has been not great for teammates.
Not great.
Wait. How does the swapping not work then? How does it determine what profession you were playing on?
What?
How does class swapping not work? How did they fix that?
I think it just. I think if you swap, I haven't actually done this myself. I was just told, but I think if you swap, it just counts as a win, but not a class win. So you don't get any classes.
Wow,
to count.
they're fucking denied.
Yeah.
That is harsh.
Yes, there are sea turtles in the new map.
Yeah, non-undead ones. Yeah, non-undead ones.
Yeah.
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 There's sea turtles. There's also I'm gonna get the name wrong, so I apologize. But there's another creature that's only found in one other map. They're called dipoles or something that starts with di something. They're underwater lobster crab.
Oh yeah, those giant fucking things. Yeah, you're right.
And they're only in one other. As far as I might be wrong on that, but I think they're only in 1 or 2 other maps in Guild Wars 2.
Makes sense. I mean,
Someone in chat will correct me. I don't remember their name, but something starts with a D. D-I something.
CK.
Dick.
No, not that.
There's dicks everywhere. Just a forest of dicks.
Triops.
Oh, wow. Triops. It doesn't start with a D at all. I'm an idiot. Jeez.
Same thing.
Triops, yes. Triops is what I'm talking about, Minty Fresh.
Ooh.
God dang it.
Underwater
D.
expansion
Where the hell did I get D
confirmed.
from? I totally made that up.
They're the next raid
Re-
boss. Underwater
Assholes.
raid boss. It'll be great.
I don't know why I thought Triops was a D. Diops. I don't know why I thought that. Well, it's a good thing Minty Fresh knew what the hell I was talking about, because nobody else would have got it from my description.
Nope.
That is true. Inks has dicks on his mind.
Yep, that's true.
Okay. What do you guys think about the new fractal instabilities and stuff?
Stupid.
That's
Bad.
kind of cool.
I mean, I kind of like them, but then they just completely butchered and made the toxic trail non-existent. It sort of I always like when there's a mechanic that promotes new gameplay or new approach to the same.
I'm gonna carefully explain why you're wrong. Okay.
No. Okay. See.
We
We gotta let Deroir finish.
All of
Here
us
comes,
Brazil
here comes the
promoted
big
a
American
different-
alpha male.
Oh my
So, Fractals, the Fractured update was created by. This is my personal hypothesis. It was created by people who really hated the idea that their game had something called the Berserker meta. So every possible conceivable way to get people to just run around and spread out and range enemies was put into Fractals. Everything that was friendly to stacking and meleeing was just deleted, and that was a sin, and you couldn't do that, because if you do, you're going to Guild Wars 2 hell. So that it really, this is getting kind of like probably a little mean, but it almost feels like a personal spiteful vendetta that like some dev had against like people that played the game the way I did. But I was actually, your point about how it gets you to do things differently and approach encounters differently.
But you think that I'm referring to ranged right now, right?
No.
Okay. See, the way that we were going about it was constantly stacking up resistance and blinding.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
way we could get around. We all of a sudden I was using Malix instead of Jalis, and we were pumping out resistance left and right, and we were managing just fine.
That's what
it was possible.
That's what I was getting to, because back in the old day, back in my day, when Fractal level 80 was the highest cap, and when veteran Ascalonian Monk hit you for 60,000 damage using heal area, or the things on Cliffside, whatever they were called, they would Heartseeker you for like 74k, or the Warrior would hit you for like 40k with Rush, or the Dredge Clown Car alone, just the Clown Car would take 45 minutes to do. You learned about new strategies. You learned about how to stack up protection and blind and deal with stuff that did more damage than you could ever possibly survive getting hit by. So that was actually strategy. You learned about how to control mobs, where to take mobs, how to skip mobs because it was just too long to fight them, or it was just too dangerous for what it was worth. You learned that you could pull all of the mobs around Captain Ashim when you're defending the courtyard out of the courtyard and just never fight them, and then do the event and capture it. And if they get pulled while you're fighting the boss, that's a wipe, and then you have to take them out again. Or if that doesn't work, you just reset the fractal. So that wasn't some, like, I hate stacking in Berserkers, I'm gonna put in instability that people can just cheese anyways with Necromancers, because that's what I want to do. And again, that's probably me being really, really mean, really brutal, but that's certainly what it feels like from my perspective. Maybe I'm incorrect.
But even with Boon
What it
Thieves,
feels
you would just not get hit and still just burst everything down instantly.
I know. It's like it punishes people who just, I don't even know what it punishes, because it's like whoever designed it thought this is going to be really punishing. This is great. They're not going to be able to stack with Berserker's armor. But they didn't just realize, hey, I can just have my minion stack and tank everything infinitely, and then just AFK at ranged instead of in melee with a necromancer. So it's the exact same thing. I don't know.
I completely agree that the necromancer really
It is
was just ruining it. But
disgusting how
No,
effective.
it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
No,
It was so beautiful, and I'm proud that it happened.
Well, it
And
still does happen, you know.
I know. I am. That's like when Nike saw people using Condi Warrior and raids. He says it makes me feel like a proud father. Whenever I see Necromancer kick in the LFG, it makes me feel like a proud.
What the heck?
Yeah, but that you got to get the druid as well to heal the minions. It's not. It's you got. You did get the fucking necro. You need the druid. You need the druid to heal the minions.
Permanent uptime on Rise, and then as many Jaguars as you can ever want.
Disgusting, Brazil. But I mean, what did you even interrupt Deroir saying? What were you gonna say before Brazil just demolished you?
I don't know anymore.
See, look, you've ruined him. He even forgot what he was gonna say. It was gonna be an insightful point, and you ruined it, Brazil.
To be honest, I actually like the old ones better. Obviously, just
Stuff.
Boon Thieves and Lethargic was alright. I did not mind it whatsoever. They were easily manageable, and the only one that was really suffering was Guardians, who had to take just a different trait line to get the fuck over it. I mean, and then they just completely wrecked it. I did like the other ones better, but the new ones just feel non-existent.
Yeah, the void, what is it? The one that gives you the bombs. That one really doesn't matter. I don't think.
No.
Toxic Trail doesn't matter anymore.
Skyhammer come down.
Oh, that one's fun. That one's kind of fun though. The misconvergence one, where all just random mechanics will happen, like a jade tentacle will spawn, or the Moss Man will come and harass you.
Skyhammer?
The worst part is the Skyhammer. Yeah, it's completely random. The worst part is actually the rabbit. I think the champion rabbit that appears.
That's such a troll move. That's such a fucking troll move.
You don't see it. It just appears.
It just appears and eats you. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's actually funny.
Stupid.
I think I figured out the story again.
Oh, God.
Because
the rabbit is Lazarus.
Skyhammer wasn't a mistake. The Azura that got shot into fractals through the Bloodstone energy is the guy that was designing Skyhammer, and that's why it's a fractal.
You really got it all figured out there.
Figured it out. Solving lore all day long on this podcast.
Legit.
Better watch TeaTime every week. We're uncovering all the secrets.
Yeah.
All those lore conspiracies. Hear them here first, folks.
Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about? Conspiracies? We tell nothing but truth there, with 100% evidence.
100% truth uptime.
Yeah, 100% truth uptime. Exactly.
Wow.
I don't know. I think the new fractals are kind of cool. They're supposed to be more visual, aren't they, right? Because basically, the previous ones, they just added passives to it. And these ones are actually very obvious. Mm-hmm. You know, because a jade tentacle spawn. This is... The hentai forest is everywhere now. You know, a rabbit's gonna rip your face off, or look at all these green trails everywhere. Ooh, it's all very, very visual, so people can see. It's not just random shit happening, and that's kind of good, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
As opposed to just having, I can't dodge as much. Well, that's a thing, I guess. Or
the inks is falling over.
If I get well, I guess Boon Thieves kind of promoted being good at the game. So if you get hit, you kind of get wrecked because there go all my boons, and now the enemy has boons as well.
Promoted. Hey, I can actually play a DPS warrior and not Failing Strength.
Well, you can still play Failing Strength.
Yeah, you
just
can
don't get
just
hit.
take the boons off or not get hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boon removal is pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of fractal, who else wants a fucking ticket to go to the mist, like the fucking captain's airship and shit like that?
Yeah, that would be kind of.
I want that to be my lobby.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I seen that on Reddit. There was a post about making the fractal lobby, like a lobby.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
It'd be pretty
Add
helpful.
some crafting benches. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they really fucking need to give me more of those account-bound or account-wide inventory slots.
Wait.
Yeah.
Those 3 new permanent potions, please.
Oh,
please.
Yeah.
Let me just put them in there.
Well,
I'm
maybe you
getting
should
tired of this
be
shit.
maybe you should be allowed to. If you have all three, you can turn it into an ultimate mist potion. You can mix them together.
What?
Right?
I would fucking love that.
Yeah, right.
Just
But because I mean,
put in the Mystic Forge with 250
yeah.
stabilizing matrices.
Yeah. That would be actually really funny. Just the ultimate market
I'd buy that
manipulation, and then
instantly.
you could just mix them together, and
Oh,
it turns into
I
a
was
big potion.
so worried about Hope when I was doing that because there was a step in Hope where you're talking to that little rat in Lion's Arch in the crafting. She's like, "Bring me 1,000 bandit crests.
You
Bring
mean
me
Asura?
400 geodes. Bring me stabilizing matrices." And I was like, "No," but it was only like 25, so I was like, "Okay,
Manageable.
yeah, easy."
That's not so bad.
We haven't talked about the legendaries yet, have we?
No.
No. Eureka.
Yeah, should we talk about that?
It's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool mace.
How much did it cost in gold? Like 6K?
It's like 3. 3.3.
Pass. It's on the GW2 VLTC. Yeah, 3.3, something like that.
Oh, that's not even
know.
that bad.
No, it's just
It's just a lot of stuff, isn't it?
So that's
A lot.
like how
a lot of
much.
material.
That's how much my Hope costs. Except Hope was.
Except you had to do a whole bunch of other stuff. That Brazil loved. He loved every second of it.
All right, I want
It
to
actually says the price here says 2.7K.
There, it went down.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
savings?
pretty cheap.
What savings?
I want to
It's
actually.
definitely not too
Everyone's
bad, then.
farming the fucking wood now.
I want to actually give credit to this. All right, so I really loved the like lore stuff of Hope. How you study the Hylek alchemy and you learn that you can mix up this goo, and then you take technology and unstable stuff and you mix it together and it shoots out this energy ball, and it's cool. And the pistol design is great. I love it. It's beautiful. Animations are great. Everything about that weapon is just so cool. Unfortunately, they figured out that they had to tie in really great, cool lore backstory into just like kill the Risen High Wizard that's never up because we're never going to fail a Ra ever. Or, go out and do 25 different jumping puzzles so you can get a piece of something out of an Azura lab. No, please. But I don't know.
why-
wow!
that's why-
The new crafting process is just it hurts my soul. I will shell out the money any day of the week, but it just feels so lame. It really does.
Yeah.
Throw in a 10,000 wood, 10,000 mithril, and what was it, 5.5k T5 materials. That's it. You're done.
You can understand where they're coming from, though, right? Because they people were a little bit upset, shall we say, when they indefinitely suspended the legendary stuff.
Definitely not indefinitely.
Yeah. So you can see why if they claim that the actual kind of story, lore stuff, collection business was what really holds them back in terms of getting these things out. So if that is the case, then you can understand why they're gonna. It makes sense for them to just
I can definitely understand.
Totally.
And I
stop
can-
doing
I can
it and just
empathize
make
with
the weapons come out.
I can definitely empathize with the ArenaNet team, and see why they did it. Doesn't change the fact that I don't like it.
Right.
I was
Sure.
one of the few in the boat that just wanted it or wanted them to extend the time period of them crafting these things and getting them out there if they actually meant something. Because right now it's another gold sink once again with no lore, no nothing. Nothing ties this in anywhere. It just is. And then it's just become this next tier. It's just the step up from Ascended Gear. You can just go to your crafting station and craft the next tier, and then you can swap whatever you want to do. Like that's it. There's no value to it. There's no story. There's no nothing. It's just
not
gold.
legendary. They've never been, unfortunately. They never will be. It's just sad truth. The alternative is no legendaries for anybody. So, I'm happy that they brought legendaries back. I'm happy they're going to bring legendaries back. This means I'm going to get another choice for a sword for my Revenant. This means I'm going to get another choice for a shield. I'm going to get another choice for a hammer, and so forth. So that is exciting, and I'm happy that we're getting that. But my complaint has always been that legendaries don't feel legendary to make. And this is just even worse than it was before. So there's that. On the other hand, it's either this or nothing, it seems like. So
True.
I'd rather have this than nothing.
True. I really do appreciate getting the mace finally, and the one I'm looking most forward to is the sword. I really, really want the new sword, just to see what it is. I'm gonna craft it no matter how fucking butt ugly it looks.
It's going to be a flower sword.
Probably will. I'm just gonna
Flower
skin it over.
sword.
I need it. I need it. I need it. I already skinned over. What's that called? The other one.
What, Bolt?
Yeah, Bolt. Yeah.
You
yeah,
skinned
that one.
over it? Why?
I don't like it.
Because it's
Wow.
I like the fractal sword a lot better.
Wow! Oh my
I always
god!
have always.
I didn't realize you had
That
no
is my
taste, Deroir. Holy shit!
Oh,
Bolt is
please.
amazing.
I
Inks.
don't like.
No, it's not.
I don't think Bolt's very
Wait, what? Am I the only sane person on this podcast?
3v1. Teapot loses.
I lose. No.
good. Your only hope is to get the sword artifact.
God damn it! I have been demolished.
Infinite Light's actually my favorite.
No.
What?
Currently.
Infinite Light has Shrek ears on the hilts.
I know, that's why it's the best.
Isn't that good?
That's why it's the best sword.
Wow.
Oh god.
Bolt
You
is
know what?
amazing.
Just take Infinite Light and give me Golden Footsteps to go with my I'm Rich You Know title, and I can just run around LA.
Hey,
I can casually AFK for the rest of my life in Guild Wars 2.
At least Mo confirmed that the storm bow wasn't like a legendary bow concept or something.
I like that they confirmed that. Just fucking punch those idiots down
Yeah,
that claim
just
shit
slap
like
them.
that. Fucking
Actually, the AMA was he came out and made a couple of different statements, which I think were all pretty good, and certainly the Reddit community, the forum community, was asking for. Like he talked about insider trading a little bit and what they were doing, about how they had like 16 items or something that influenced the September 20th patch, and they were ready to like change them at a moment's notice if they noticed large fluctuations in the
in the bios
trade posts
beforehand.
and stuff.
Yeah.
All pretty interesting stuff. And then, of course, legendary weapons. They talked about legendary armor. How heavy is almost done, but medium and light are not even close. That's
And we'll see a preview soon as well of the heavy. Which
and we'll see a preview soon. There'll be a video or something he was saying as well. So interesting.
That is going to be very, very interesting. Actually,
Especially since I wear heavy armor. So screw light and medium.
Did he say they were gonna? I think he said they were gonna release them all at once too, right?
Oh
Yep.
Yeah. The armors will all release at once, but that you would get to see heavy when it's done. I guess.
I don't know. Because I have all the stuff in my bank finished. It's all done. I leached some of it so I could finish Hope, some of the clovers, and 2 of the gifts of might and magic or whatever. So like I still need to rebuild. I need to rebuild up map currency because I think it's supposed to take 1,500 of each currency, and now I have like none.
Yeah, that's not very
I think
hard,
that's a
though.
rumor.
Yeah, I don't. It takes something that's apparently called Gift of the Pact, but that doesn't exist yet.
Exactly.
So
I think Dolphy actually wrote it on her site, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is not. This is just a rumor. It does not exist in the game.
Look, Deroir. It's on Dolphy.
Yeah.
It's
It
legit.
must be true.
It's legit. Yeah.
see, please give Inks an upvote for saying that.
Here's a real life like.
Thank
Upvote.
you, Inks.
Upvoted. There we go.
Upvoted. Yeah. We'll give it to Reddit. We'll see what they think.
Well,
What they think about that.
I mean, it will be with the next raid as well, right? That's when it's predicted, or at least you'll be able.
Yeah,
Or at
the
least you'll be
Realm
able
of
to.
Torment, right?
I don't
Realm
know.
of
I
Torment.
don't think so.
It'll be with the
wrong.
next
It
raid
could
is when we
be.
get our legendary armor. Simple.
I don't think so.
What if the rest of the Ring of Fire is just a raid,
Oh,
and the next map that we get is not even on the Fire Island chain. It's just it's somewhere in the Shiver Peaks or something. But the rest of the entirety of the Fire Island chain is just a raid.
I'll be fine with that.
that'll be cool.
I would not mind that at all.
Yeah,
I could see
yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah.
raid or the next raid tiers, whatever it is. I could see that giving us stage 2 of the legendary armor.
No,
But not-
that's
but
it.
not the final
They're gonna
product.
finish it.
I don't think so.
They have to finish it.
They said they're far away on medium and
2
light.
raids in, not even fucking.
They're gonna stretch it out. Come on. There's
but
like
by the end,
Let's
they're not
talk
going to put
about-
out a third. They're not going to
let's-
put out a third raid before the next expansion.
Let's talk
And
about
if they
something
don't put out
else.
the legendary armor before the next expansion, there's going to be a shit.
Yeah,
storm.
they're fucked if they
Alright,
don't have legendary
alright,
armor
right.
before
I
the
do
next
think it will
expansion.
come before the expansion, but
Yeah, the
Here's
day
something-
before, Kappa.
Here's something else that's more meaningful than any of that. There will never be another race added to this game because of the legendary armor.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Because
point.
it will be far too difficult to work that around new models, and assuming you have to do that with everything else in the game too, it won't happen. There will not be another new race ever
Yeah.
added to this.
I think that's been kind of begrudgingly accepted by most people, though, at this point, right?
What if I had this hypothetical discussion with a couple of friends the other day? What if the ArenaNet were to just like make one of the races extinct, like kill off all Asura?
Oh my...
Done.
Good.
Wow.
Well,
No,
just hypothetically, imagine that.
why
I'm not saying they're gonna do it
Kill
or
the
there's
killer
no
off.
merit to do it, but just like, oh, we have this huge workload. We don't want to make so many armors for this particular race, which
Everybody's
would probably be
human.
Char dead. They would just like, oh shit, we're just gonna completely destroy this entire race.
We're gonna kill all the races.
Well, what
but
happens to the
humans.
player characters? They're just dead.
No, they change.
They're
They
they
die.
get inks.
You can
They
never,
get deleted.
you can never go back on that.
Time for a race change.
Done.
That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
And if they realistically ever added a race change, I think I might change everything to female Norn. I'm not sure.
No,
It'd
the
be a
Norn are
lot
getting-
of it.
The Norn are getting killed too. Everybody
Uh-huh.
but humans.
You,
If they got
everyone
better
except human
hairstyles, I would
females.
change it to
Humans are
human
weak,
Norn.
sorry.
Human females.
Only
Norn.
human females are allowed in the game.
So what's gonna happen is Lazarus will cast a spell all across Tyria, changing everybody into humans,
It will turn everyone into a human
That-
female.
and that just solves all of the armor problems that ArenaNet has.
Yeah, it's true. That would help.
And then they could add new races like Tengu, but as soon as you leave the Tengu starting area,
You turn into a
you've
human
been
female.
infected. You're a
Yeah,
human female.
We solved the problem. Pay us now, ArenaNet. You can thank us later. Simple as that. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Would be fun.
It wouldn't change it. I mean, there are already an abundance of human females, right? There's
I
a
guess.
copious amount of human females in the game. Probably the most popular combination, I'd say. Right? Yeah.
Wouldn't even notice the
Yeah,
race
yeah.
sex change.
Next April Fools,
Next
we're
April
changing
Fools.
everyone to female human.
That would actually be fun.
That would,
okay, yeah.
I mean,
April Fools.
Yeah.
Everyone's a human female.
yeah. But I mean, as we said, that would be one of the less dramatic changes you could do.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really do much.
Still, people will probably hate it.
Oh, of course they would. What they should do is humans change into, I don't know, Asura change into Norn, like they should just have like a loop that changes all the races, because that would really annoy people.
That'd be really funny, actually. They should do that. There you go. We've come up with the new ideas. And then for the April Fools, they just destroy Super Adventure Box as well, just to prank people even more. They just end it. It's over. It's done.
They should just delay it for a day and let people
Oh
ride.
yeah. Oh my god, they should
Just
do
delay
that.
it a day.
Be beautiful, yeah. And just don't say anything. Just say nothing.
Right.
Yeah, say nothing at all. And I
There's
can,
a-
I can
there's a
see the
question-
Reddit posts. What is it?
There's a question here from Tommy Yu who says, "You guys like the fact that Lazarus is good?" I think you should
He's
just
not.
rewatch it when it gets this entire pod is on YouTube, because we sort of talked about that in length.
Are we
Yes.
really sure he's good, guys? That's basically
He's
the
not.
gist of it.
He's
I'm sure
totally
they're
not.
I mean, I think I think they're gonna play up the good guy role for quite a while, but in the end,
From my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
Exactly. That it's you got a certain
Yeah.
level of parallel here. But
Only a
it's all about
Sith speaks in
perspective, man.
absolutes.
only a Mersat speaks in absolutes.
Oh,
And that's just before we turn into a Mersat and we become the villains of the Guild Wars series and we kill everyone.
That's because Marjorie is Anakin.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
That
potentially.
lightsaber, yo.
Yeah. She can just get a death saber, death magic saber. We kind of cool.
And Casimir is Padme.
Yep, rip.
She's gonna die in
Where has
childbirth.
Casimir been?
Oh, she's dead.
She's
I don't
dead.
know. Like, I don't. Have we even seen her this season?
We haven't. No.
No.
Like,
Nope.
she and Rox were barely in the Heart of Thorns story either.
They're
Yeah.
decorating a house somewhere. I don't fucking
I
know.
guess.
We really don't know anything about Casimir. Rox is waiting back at Air's homestead, taking care of Garm and waiting for Bram.
And Bram let
doing
his
Bram
thing.
let us know, oh so excitingly, that
Yeah,
Jormag is active.
With nothing else in the message.
That reveal,
That's it.
though.
Yeah. Oh.
A man of few words.
Yeah. That's true. That is true.
At the time, he's just like, well, it's
Yeah.
Bram. Whatever.
Yeah, you know, it's him. You know, it's all good. It would be kind of
And the
interesting.
commander's just like, great.
Yeah, this is fine. You know, we're all good. You know, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It'd be interesting if Bram has just turned into an icicle when we go and find him or something. You know, because who's to say that he has not been corrupted and turned into a?
It's just an ice pop.
Yeah, exactly, an icicle. And we have to melt him. He's a raid boss. We have to melt him.
He probably has a new armor as well, like everyone else.
I
Yep.
think the whole team is going to get re-outfitted and
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna be
In
different.
And they have
store.
to sell gem stores.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
so what did you guys think about how for the story that you have to go through and collect pieces of Mersat armor, and
It's
then it's a
selling
gem
you the
store
idea.
outfit?
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
this
Isn't it?
is
It's
mine.
perfect.
On the ground.
Yeah.
You could buy it for 600
Yeah.
gems, then it's permanent.
Evan just robs you after you're done with
700.
that. You know, he just steals it off you. Yeah.
700 gems. And hey, if you want the back piece plus glider combo, we got you covered.
We got you.
It's all good. You can buy that
Let's
too. Let's talk about Gem Store. It's quoting the Brazil song, by the way. In the Gem Store,
think,
Mini Sabbather.
That's just to play the song. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all we have to talk about with the gem store.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's cheeky.
I
it's kind of
expect-
funny.
I expect it.
They're making money, you know.
I
It's
have
all
come to
good.
despise the gem store so much. I really like. I see that there's something new, and I don't even go and look at it. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Why not?
It's just
There are some things that are kind of good.
I hate our outfits. I really, really do, and that's all they fucking pump out.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
don't
all
like
the back
outfits.
pieces and all the shit
Sucks.
that they put on the gem store. It has no value, zero value to me. I have not fought for this. I have not done anything for it. I have clicked it and used my credit card. Done. I don't
Account-wide
care.
slots are pretty nice, though. That's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't see how cool my Mersat
Oh,
Necromancer looked when I showed you that they had 3 eyes?
No.
That was cool, wasn't it?
account upgrade stuff I really like actually. The outfits like Deroir I'm not a big fan of. You know, it's funny because I look at like the Lazarus outfit or the Mersat outfit and I'm like, oh, my character looks pretty cool in this armor. But then it's like I have to give up my raid armor, my experimental envoy armor. It's just not
Nope.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
It just
Because I
kinda
actually
suck.
worked for that, right? I actually did something
Yeah.
to earn that armor. So
I'm not a big fan of outfits.
me-
I don't think
more
you can. I guess some people must be, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't do them.
Oh, plenty of people love outfits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
role players actually like them.
Role
That's
players.
a big thing in the RP community.
And I mean,
there
hey,
you go.
a good number of the outfits look really good. So,
And like
hey,
they also give you something to do while you're leveling a new character.
it's true.
You just put it on and
And not look like trash while you level, I guess. Instead of
Yeah.
using trash for chat. Oh, yeah, that's fair, actually. That's fair. That's fair. Outfits for raids, that won't happen. They'll be in the gem store instead. I think
Just
kind
utilize
of,
my
Zera's
episode to
mask
have
in the
everything.
gem
yeah,
store.
all hope of anything stylish in that sense being in the raids is probably dashed, smashed on the rocks like a child in the Bible. When we didn't get the Soul River glider, right, from Gorsville or whatever.
Yeah, when they cut open the pregnant lady and dash the baby against the rock. I think that's what you're talking about.
It's pretty fucked up, huh?
We're thinking of the same story, I think, right? And then
Oh,
there's
God.
Joshua and the Hill of Foreskins, where God demands that an army of full-grown men circumcise themselves and go into battle, so they're weakened and they have to depend on him for strength. That's the concept of that story. Really interesting stuff.
Yeah. There's some
It's
weird
so
shit
far
about
out.
foreskins, you know. It's a bit of an obsession. It's
Sometimes
quite
when you
disturbing,
pull on
actually.
it, it rips.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he's referring to in that.
Hey,
in that wonderful
don't
quote.
knock my seaweed salad farm. You leave my seaweed salad farm alone in that new map.
Ah, seaweed salad. They're perpetuating the cancer matter of moving backwards and forwards.
I
in
love
raids.
it. A seaweed farm.
Beautiful.
Needed that seaweed farm badly. Thanks, ArenaNet. Seriously.
Have seaweed salad
Love it.
prices gone down? Is it down a bit? It should be.
I don't know. I don't know if salad prices have gone down, but seaweed is obviously.
Yeah, seaweed's down by like over 50%, I think.
God damn.
It's okay. I'm okay with that.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
See, because seaweed was really expensive. If you actually think about how kind of amusing that is,
But the farm. That's
just,
why.
You know, one piece of seaweed would cost you 10 silver. It's a lot of silver for just a seaweed.
It's still like, unless it's changed today, it's still like 5 silver a piece or so.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah, the freshwater pearls. Because they did put a lot of Maguma lilies in the map. Because they put all the jungle plants, which in theory give you the Maguma lilies, right? But it didn't really help. They're still really expensive.
Because the drop rate is terrible.
Yeah, and freshwater pearls. If you want to make the new meta build, Minstrel Chrono, you still can't get those freshwater pearls easily, can you, Brazil? What are you doing there? What? Leafy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Seaweed farming is still less than elder wood farming. Well, that's because you need 36 million elder wood to make a number of the new legendaries.
Yeah.
You know? If you needed that much seaweed to make the new legendaries, then, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's quite a few good elderwood farms out there.
Just parking
character in Malco's
park a character at the fucking Melandra statue.
Yeah.
That's like 60 silver of just like 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, just walking around that statue.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Imagine what you could do with a lot more time.
When people wanted to make the back piece, the Maudry back piece, that was a great place for it as well, because you could get the foxfire from those trees.
And Foxfire has just been forgotten.
It's a shame. It's a shame that happened.
Who gives a shit about that anymore?
We need foxfire food.
Oh, yeah, it can be that, because there were some new recipes.
Play seaweed salad with foxfire.
Yeah, there were some new recipes, and I thought, ooh, could this be a new good food? But actually, the food's trash. It's like Fury on Kill or something. It's just utter garbage. Just I thought,
unfortunately,
I was excited for all of 2 minutes before I looked at it.
The other one is Magic Find.
Yeah, Magic Find food. What the hell? I don't know.
I'm hanging on to my foxfire just in case someday.
Ascended food.
10% damage when not moving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pistol thief. Hello.
Oh.
I tested that, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's about as good as Power Reaper.
But Power Reaper isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It's fine.
I don't even have this. I don't even have that much foxfire, but that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Check out this new farming guide. It's called Credit Card. Yeah.
I think if I actually tried with Pistol Thief DPS, I could probably get like 22k.
Okay.
What's wrong with pistol?
But it's range, so you have 100% DPS uptime.
Yeah, like the thing about Pistol, it's just bad for so many reasons. Like people that play Pistol in PvP, you have to, like, the disengage is really, like, it's very easy to disengage with dagger, pistol, shortbow. You either just teleport away, or you just stealth very easily, and then, you know, you break out. So, like, to disengage with pistol, it's like you take the, like, bounding dodger, and you, like, put down a black powder, and then, like, dodge roll through it.
Blast it, for the stealth?
Where you, like, yeah, like...
That's funny.
or you take like Shadow Refuge, or you take like Smoke Screen and Staff and vault through the smoke screen. Like there, it's just like it's just bad. It's a really bad build. But I don't know. It's like
a shame because I would really love. I really like Pistol and Thief. It's just.
It's effective when people like are surprised by it and they're not used to seeing it and they don't.
They're like, what?
Yeah, like that's how you get people with it. It's like, oh, I just drew Exodia and you lose. What?
He had to get it in for the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's
wow.
I was about to say that must be a record right there.
This is actually a record. It's been 2 hours and 24 minutes before we mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh!
Probably a record.
That is almost certainly a record. That's pretty good.
But
it's like Burn Guard, right? It's just really cheesy.
It's just a gimmick.
Yeah, exactly. But that's fine. I kind of like gimmicks. I think gimmicks are funny.
Gimmicks. Yeah, when they're like when they work and when there's just counter that just absolutely wrecks them and keeps them in check. Which I guess Pistol Thief is
kind of
just
fits the bill,
by
right?
everything. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's a really just funny like you can just kite someone with it. Like if you're playing the people that they think they control the point. And so they think the whole fight is they just have to stand on the point and they can never move off of it, then you'll beat them with the Pistol Thief, unless it's a scrapper that knows how to press 2 on hammer. Then, like, I don't know. It's fun. It's an interesting... It's a fun build for what it is. I just wish it was actually good. Because I'd love the dual hope, just dual wield and pew pew.
Oh, yeah. But isn't
but
one
instead,
enough?
Oh, let me break out the screenshot that I made last.
Okay.
See, I'm the opposite. I just wanna clown Pistol my way.
I didn't even upload it to Imager. Wow.
Isn't that why you play Revenant, though, Inks? Just clown your way to victory?
That's right. But
Revenant is so good in PvP. I have only recently realized this. You can just roll your face over the keyboard and just demolish people. It's good.
I don't play Revenant in PvP.
Really? Oh, it's awesome.
I don't.
You get to legend in about 3 seconds.
I know, but I need wins on other classes I don't like. So
I'm gonna put my roleplay
well.
screenshot in chat. Here it goes.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Roleplay. That's a nice
Oh, yeah,
rifle
I saw
you got
that.
there for your engineer, right, Brazil?
Yep.
It's a one-handed rifle right there. What? No.
wait, are both of those characters yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the thing where you set it up so you can have both characters.
All right. So setting up, taking a screenshot of more than one character, setting it up is very difficult to do. The thing that makes it even worse about this particular screenshot is this jumping puzzle that I'm at the top of shoots energy balls at you like every 20 seconds. So like it's just this projectile flies and hits you and does damage and explodes and ruins everything. So you have to loop idle animations in a 20-second interval and then just hope you get something good, and then it's a mess. It probably took me as long to set that up and make that screenshot as it did to finish Hope 4. That's...
Why didn't you just use a second account?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I put one account up against the wall, zoomed in first person, and then took the other account in and took the picture twice, and then took a picture of just the background with no characters so I could manipulate and blur to my will. But, oh...
Someone says you could destroy the turrets and then they won't fire at you anymore.
Oh.
That would have been great to know.
Thanks. All that work.
I haven't done that puzzle in a long time, so...
No. Alright. Do you have anything else to talk about? Not sure if we do.
That's it.
That's
We
it?
reached the end.
Just shut it down?
Inks has been yawning for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my yawning. I'm
Alright.
a tired guy.
In that case, before we go off to host someone so we can just...
I apologize.
So they can learn to embrace memes.
Age Night Road streaming.
Is he actually?
Nah, it's fucking Brazil trying to troll me, I think. As usual.
But it only took 2 times for you to host 8 Nights Road with him being offline.
It did work. You got me. You got me good. I remember that. But yes, we must learn about each other, okay? Because I'm sure no one knows who Deroir is. No one knows who I am. No one knows who Brazil is. The only known person here is Inks. He is the most relevant. So, okay, Deroir, who are you? What do you do? You haven't been around for a while, but still tell us anyway.
I haven't been around for a while, but I'm not going anywhere, as people thought. I'm me. I'm Deroir. I do YouTube videos and talk shit about this game. That's about it. That's about all I do.
All right. And there is the bot. There you go. Look at the bot. Top quality bot, guys. It has just posted links to everyone here, so you can go check those links out. You can go and marvel, see if you can find out why Brazil's YouTube channel has that username. See if you can. You probably can't though. I think he did actually tell the stream. In fact, in order to do that, you should go subscribe to my YouTube and watch every single TeaTime, because I do believe in one story time with Brazil, Brazil did actually explain the story behind his YouTube username. But there you go.
TeaPot will give you 1,000 gold if you report back to him with which TeaTime it was.
Yes. No, I won't. No, what the fuck? No. No. No one's getting shit, okay? I'll give you 1,000 gold ore, but not 1,000 gold. Alright. Inks, who are you? Gotta make you stop talking, you're gonna make me poor.
Yeah, you know, I'm Inks.
Okay.
Done.
Done.